Ladies and gentlemen, Boswell Media Sports presents Friday Night Football.
Boswell Media Sports presents Leake Academy Rebel Football. Now, here is the voice of the Rebels,
Philip Palmertree.
It's a state championship edition of Leake Academy Football 2024 on Friday, November 22. The number 3 seed Rebels are playing for the big prize in Jackson this afternoon. Here's a Parklane Academy for the MAIS 5A state title. LA secured their reservation last week thanks to a 28-23 win on the road against number 2 seed Magnolia Heights. Junior QB George Wilcox showed he can cause problems for defenses with his legs as well as with his right arm. QB1 rumbled over the Chiefs defense in the second half for 134 yards and 2 scores, while also completing 17 of 21 passes for 235 yards and TD passes to seniors Matthew Nowell and Jack Harkins as Leake kept this 2024 season rolling. Today's championship game is a first ever gridiron meeting between the Rebels and Parklane. The Pioneers were tabbed as favorites to get here before the season began, and they've delivered on those expectations with a powerful run attack led by senior Jax Toller. Jax has rushed for 30 touchdowns and more than 1,700 yards on the ground, and that success has opened the passing game for sophomore Davis Caruth to break out for more than 1,000 receiving yards. The Rebel defense will be put to the test once again by a high-octane offense and a stout defense. Can the Rebels make good on their second championship game appearance in 5 seasons and bring home the school's second ever title? We're about to find out. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Wendy's pregame. I'm Philip Palmertree. Billy Steen is our studio producer. Our award-winning producer-director Breck Riley is with us, and Sam Rigby is on standby. Unfortunately, MAIS rules prohibit us from bringing you a video live stream today, so we're bringing you a special Triple M Motors audio-only broadcast on Cruisin' 98, the Cruisin' 98 mobile app, and streaming live at Kicks96news.com. That high-quality audio broadcast is also available on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. Today's 5A championship broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association. Got a 3 o'clock kickoff ahead. I need to get you the Junction starting lineups. We're going to call on Sam Rigby to help us size up the Parklane Pioneers, but first, we have an appointment with the Rebels head coach Brian Pickens. All that is straight ahead as the Wendy's pregame continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Make forever Christmas memories with your family at Redbird Farms Choose and Cut Tree Farm. They have 2 varieties of Leland cypress and the most fragrant blue ice trees plus Fraser fir. Come choose your favorite and jump on Santa's sleigh for a ride around the farm.
Hey, boys and girls.
Visit Redbird Farms at 460 Massey Road, just a cozy 8-mile drive off of Highway 25 in Lee County. Redbird Farms open 12 to 5 the week of Thanksgiving, Monday through Friday Thanksgiving week only, Saturdays from 10 to 5, and Sundays 12 to 5 on all other weekends. Redbird Farms. It's not just a tree, it's a tradition.
Ho, ho, ho.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Baptist League Rural Health Clinics have a variety of healthcare options with primary care, pediatrics, and women's health, providing care at 3 locations in Carthage, Walnut Grove, and Madden. Call 601-267-1470 today to schedule your appointment. Extended hours and Saturdays are available at our primary care clinic located in Carthage. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Whether you have a honey-do list or a big-time construction project, Small Town Rental is ready to deliver. From mini excavators, skid steers, trenchers, tillers, augers, and so much more. You'll find Small Town Rentals on Highway 16 in Carthage, across from the hospital. And they even deliver so you can get results instead of excuses. Follow Small Town Rental on Facebook and find out how Blair Purvis, the guy with the pink gooseneck trailer, can help you reserve your equipment today. Tune in next time when you'll hear Little Bit say,
I'm meant for my daddy so he can buy me more horses.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and wenches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
Welcome back to the Wendy's pregame at the state championship edition of Leake Academy football. The Rebels are going to kick off at 3 o'clock against the Parklane Pioneers for the MAIS 5A state championship, and we have the Rebels head coach Brian Pickens with us. Needless to say, Coach, it's good to be talking to you this late in the season.
Oh, there's no place you'd rather be this late in the season than talking about Leake football right now.
Let's get right to it then and talk about the Rebels' 28-23 win on the road against 2-seed Magnolia Heights Chiefs last Friday night. And it was a classic playoff sort of football game. Came down to the end, and it came down to some big-time players making some big-time plays, and the ones making the big plays to close out the win.
Yeah, well, you get to this point in time of the year, your players have to make the plays. That's why I always tell our kids, you got to be internally motivated. During a regular season, you can have some external motivations, things like that. But when you get to this point in time, it's you play or you win or you go home. So the internal motivation is a must. There's nothing externally that I can do to get a group, fired up to play a game, except for the fact they've got to know that if they win, they advance, and they've got to want to advance. And by saying that, your players have to make those plays. Coaching is important as far as getting them ready. I always say coaching is getting you to this point. Now, at this moment in time, we do what we do. I'm not saying we can't put a wrinkle in here or there, but we do what we do. And so now the players have to make those plays. And, that's what you saw Friday night. You saw guys making plays all over the field because they wanted to advance. That's just plain and simple. They enjoy it. They're having fun out there. That's when I kind of go back to that having fun. If they're having fun, you're going to be successful. And you could see that our kids were out there having fun Friday night. Even when it was tight, they were playing hard and excited about when they made a play. And you saw our kids all over the field making plays, and that's what these big games are all about.
Leading in those big plays from your quarterback, junior George Wilcox, he completed 17 of 21 passes for 235 yards. 2 first-half touchdowns, but what really stands out in the story of that game last week was what he did with his legs. In the second half, he ran for 134 yards and 2 scores, and that's impressive as well.
Oh, yeah. We're in halftime 14 to 10, and I guess it was the play that got us up 21-10. He just took one of our basic power plays where we utilize him, and he busted out, and I told him, I said, showed a little speed going down that sideline there, and he's one, he loves doing that. Hey, look, week 1, he wanted to run the football, and get after it. But like I said, he enjoys the hard yards. He's like a fullback. A lot of times you get a quarterback back there that can run. They're kind of in that tailback, scat back mode. But now George, he kind of likes to hit it like a fullback, just ram it up in there. there and then come busting out, as we say, getting hash mark number sideline once he breaks all the mess that's up inside. But did a great job for a high school kid to go 17 to 21, throw for 255, 2 touchdown passes, and then to right there in the fourth quarter just started pounding the football at them. Gained, 134 yards rushing. Yeah, 134 yards rushing. And all that came in the second half, because I don't think he ran one time in the first half. And, all that came in the second half when we had to take control over the game. And, and it's tough on teams. When you got to run a quarterback, it's tough, because people will see a quarterback run, but what you've got to understand from behind the scenes, the coach aspect of it is we're actually able to put another hat on somebody, because now where normally you see the tailback get the ball, and so you've got a lead back and a puller. You got 2 hats out there. They can creep a safety down in the box, bring another defender that you can't account for. With the quarterback now, it's tough to account for him, because now you've got a lead block, pulling lineman, and now you've got another running back leading and put another hat on the hat. And so it's hard to adjust and make those corrections, especially when you've got a kid that can throw it like he can. You can't just keep creeping down safeties into the box to stop this quarterback from running, when at snap of a finger we can be standing behind you throwing the football. So it does put a lot of pressure on teams. But Friday night there in the fourth quarter, I don't think Magnolia Heights had any worries we were going to throw. They knew what was coming, and he just kept pounding that football at them, and we were able to ice the game. There were 3 minutes left to go, and we felt like, hey, we're gonna strap it on and ride him, let him just keep getting first downs, and he was excited to do it. When they took the time out there, he wanted to run that football. He said there was no doubt in that huddle who wanted that football more, and he wanted to keep going. So it just shows what kind of kid he is. He's just a hard-nosed football player, and he does a great job. But our line did a super job Friday night. When you think about first half, we're out there, we're throwing. First play of the game, 75-yard touchdown, and then had about a 20-yard touchdown. 75-yard came to from Nowell, and then the 20-yard came from Jack Harkins out there, and Weaver and Major were catching balls in the middle, and so these guys are having to pass protect. Magnolia Heights had done a good job of putting pressure on quarterbacks, and they're protecting. And then there in the second half, our line had to just strap it on, and they knew we had to keep that ball from them. So they just. They were just gapping down, and there's nothing fancy about that type of football. We're just, we're gapping down on who's in there and trying to open up holes, and, we're just really proud of the way our kids responded to everything.
Up next, Coach and I will talk about what this championship week of preparation has been like for the Rebel football team, and we'll revisit some memories of the 2020 state championship game. All that and more coming up as the Wendy's pregame continues.
Walk into the shimmering world of Cross Gates Jewelers and Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologist will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Cross Gate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank hovers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Attention, deer slayers. We are talking to you.
Why
Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, scents, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there. Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Welcome back to the Wendy's pregame. It's Friday afternoon state championship, 5A title on the line, and the Leake Academy Rebels challenge Parklane for the state championship. And we've got the Rebels head coach Brian Pickens with us. I know coaches thrive. You said it earlier in the season. You like to keep things as predictable and keep the routine going week to week. Does championship game week present some challenges in keeping that rhythm going?
Yes and no. The things that we can control, we try to keep as consistent as we can. What I mean by what we can control is, the Monday through Thursday practice aspect of it. We want to keep everything very similar. When I say similar, we want to keep it exactly the same. We're going to come out there. I take my crew and we go down there and we stretch and we do our drills and then, I have the running back. So we go with the line and we just kind of, it's about 3/4 speed run block drill that we go through. And then, we'll come together for our passing section of practice and just keep going from there. We want that to be the same for them. We want everything, we don't want their heads, here and there. We want it, there's no reason, as they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So that's our practice routine, and we want to keep it that way. Then there's certain things you can't control. That it's an exciting time for not only us, but the entire community, the school. Certain things can change. Now, we try to keep this consistent, but, there's a lot more hype that comes with the bigger games. And then, of course, back we're playing simply at 3:00. That's different. It's not, normally we play at 7:00. We're playing at 3:00. And so that's going to be a change for them. And, it's my job as a coach to make sure that they're ready to adapt to that change. And then the whole atmosphere, for 12 weeks, we pull into a school. We usually get there around 5:00 or so, sometimes a little before 5, and there is nobody on campus. When we pull in, it is a vacant parking lot. Nobody's around. Their coaches will come out and tell you where to park the bus. Because nobody's around, you'll stand out there and talk to the coaches, and players will put their stuff up in the locker room and go walk the field, and managers are getting stuff out. It's not until you go out for pregame that you start to actually see people around. Well, when we pull up, they're going to have just played a game and may still be playing a game. And so it's going to be a packed house when we get off the bus. And now we're going to find a place to dress. And, so it's like I said, that's different. That's the unknowns. That's the thing that can take you out of your routine. And again, that's the thing as a coach, we have to warn them. We have to prepare them for that and, get them ready for the mental challenges that come with the game. It's not, yes, it's physical, but a lot of times the preparation becomes a mental challenge and you want to be able to take them through that.
Playing this ball game today at the Brickyard at Jackson Academy certainly conjures up a lot of memories of the 2020 state championship team. You brought that Rebel Ball Club right to this same field and played, of course, a quality opponent, won the state championship in a tight defensive ball game. What are some memories that come to your mind as we revisit this location and get back to a state championship game?
Well, before I get into that, I think that's a good point. The real positive is first game of the season this year was at JA.
Yeah.
And so they've played junior high at JA. They have played high school games at JA. So they're very familiar with the whole landscape. And I think that's important. Can you say memories? I think that's important that these kids, this is not going to be a new setting for teams that come in and they've never they've never played Jackson Academy or played at Jackson Academy, and then, the atmosphere is different. And, I'm big into to the psyche of players. I think that's so important, how you mentally prepare for everything. And so had we never been down there, you would have to prepare for that atmosphere. Just little stuff that people don't really see the jumbotron. When you come out and they've got it. They've basically got a video of whether it be a music video or a speaking section, whatever they've got. That's something that a lot of high school kids are not used to, not familiar with, and so that catches their attention, and sometimes that can make it seem, wow, this is a different stage, but our kids have seen that. Our kids have run out of the run-through sign with, and seen the, when you play them, like, they do a great job with it, but, the Jackson Academy, a lot of times they'll put a hype video up there before the game. The Raider Network, there's no association, I think, that can say that there's a better video of what they do than what the Raider Network does. I mean, it is. Well, honestly, it's I think somebody told me it's ESPN 3 or plus quality, and so they do a super job. Well, our kids have seen Raider Network set up on their own field. When they come in, they put all their TV cameras up everywhere. So our kids mentally will have seen a lot of the atmosphere and a lot of the hype that goes on with it, and so that's a very positive thing. And when we went down there in 2020. I would have told you that was a positive experience for our kids, the fact that they had been to Jackson Academy and they had played on that field, and they had seen a lot of that stuff that that can bring, like I said, that extra hype to it. And I know that's something that nobody would think, because people see football games, they see football players tackling, and that's what it comes down to. But you've got to get to that point. You've got to get to that point, and that point usually comes somewhere in the first quarter that they'll get back to football game. But up until then, it's a bigger atmosphere. So I think that's important. But yeah, the 2020 team, that was a special time. We had played for it in 2010, and then 10 years later we get back to state championship, and I just remember how excited the kids were. They dealt with all the pregame emotions, and then it was just a war. I remember the first drive we take it. We had a lot of success on our first drive. We get, I want to say, down about to 30, and we got jammed up, and so ran old Cole Arthur out there, and he kicks about a 40-yard field goal in the state championship game. And I just remember thinking, well, I was impressed. My high school kicked a 40-yard field goal, and here we go. That's 3 points, and we'll add to that. And Adams Christian's defense got real stingy, and our defense got real stingy, and there wasn't another point put on the board until Cheatham had that interception for a touchdown for us. And so as a coach, like I said, there are just certain memories you remember, of that season. I remember starting the season off. I remember our defense was kind of shaky. Start that season off. Everybody says 2020, and the first they say is, man, that defense was, and they were a good defense. But when the season started, they were a little shaky. There was a lot of young guys playing on defense. A lot of inexperienced guys were on that defense. And so we went through our growing pains. They did a great job of, surviving through a lot of the early part of the season. Our offense was putting up a lot of points, and it allowed them to just steadily get better as that season went along. And then we get to the state championship, and like I said, the offense had been racking up a lot of points the whole year. I can't remember what our average. And we played a great Adams Christian team that night. It had a super defense, and we battled around with them. And like I said, then Cheatham, and as far as the game goes, I remember I can't remember, it was a critical time in the game. We're hanging on. We got a 3-point lead. We have no cushion this fourth quarter, and you just think it's something's got to break, something's got to happen. Let us be able to put some points on the board, and that's when Cheatham came flying in there, picked it off, went the other way with it. We scored. I remember him running right by me, and I'm thinking, just I hope nobody blocks in the back right here. That's if you ask me 2020, I still remember today. I'm excited going about thinking, I hope nobody blocks in the back. And I'm, just watching anybody that I get their attention, to tell them, just stop. Just hope they'll say touchdowns. He's gone, and, because once Thomas got it, I knew he could. He'd had a lot of punt returns that year, and I think he had pick six earlier that year. But anyway, so he returns that, and And as a coach that has been at this school so long, if you ask me, the special memory was when we took that thing, Adams Creek took that final timeout and looked at the clock, and it was like, okay, we can take the knee. And so we just started kneeling, and we're kneeling on about, we were inside their 10-yard line when I said, take the knee, let's end this. And seeing the reaction of the crowd when you've been someplace so long, just to see that crowd reaction and knowing that this was the first state championship in a 50-year history, the first one. And so I think that's what made it, that's probably one of the special memories. Yeah, the kids being excited, that was special. But just, being looking at that crowd and I'll tell you something, I don't think you could have fit another human being into those seats. When I looked up, the first time I really paid attention to it, and so I'm walking off the field, I looked up there, and I was like, wow, look at how many people are packed up in there. And then the excitement. And you thought, it's hard to believe this is the first time that this school ever won state championship. So like I said, that's where that memory, is special to you.
Up next, Coach Pickens will talk about the Parklane Pioneers and what the Rebels need to do to have success in this 5A state championship game. So don't go anywhere as the Wendy's pregame rolls on.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West in Carthage.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-through and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Big discounts at Triple M Motors. That's right. Big dealer discounts plus GM consumer rebates means you save big. Not in the market for a new ride? Check out our pre-owned. Triple M Motors carries a good selection of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Stop by or check us out on the web at triplemmotors.com. That's triplemmotors.com.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Welcome back to the final segment of the Wendy's pregame. It's a 5A state championship edition of Leake Academy football. The Rebels and the Parklane Pioneers are getting set for a 3 o'clock kickoff. Coach, we've got, of course, a quality opponent, the 1 seed in the 5A bracket, a team that a lot of people had predicted could get this far, and this Parklane team has really played well on both sides of the ball throughout the year.
Oh yeah, I've had a lot of people say, what about Parklane? And all I can do is say, well, they're good. They're playing for state championship. You get to this point in time, look, everybody's good. It's kind of like as you get deeper in the playoffs, people, will call you up and say, are they any good? And I'm like, well, yeah, they're playing this long. They're doing something right down there. But they got a very talented team. Defense is very fundamentally sound. I always say, as a coach, the biggest compliment I think as a coach you can get or give is to say that this group's very fundamentally sound. You can tell they're where they need to be when they need to be there. They do a great job of tackling. That sometimes sounds odd. People think, well, it's just what football is tackling. But when I say tackling, you're not going to see many big plays against them. These guys do great open field tacklers. Like I said, linebackers, very disciplined, flow to the ball really well. D-line, very athletic, big group of D linemen up there that, you watch them on film and, people just don't open up a lot of holes against this D-line. Secondary, they got two corners that I think one of them, is committed to play somewhere, the next level. And the corners and it could be both corners, to be honest with you. I'm not always greatest in social media, so, I'll see one, maybe two of them. But anyway, both of them are very similar, tall corners that, and as a coach, you don't really like seeing a lot of tall corners out there, but, they got the tall corners, they can run with anybody. They play a too high safety look, and, they're involved with the run fits, but they do a good job. They come up for the run. They're back there on the pass. Again, just kind of like I was talking about with the linebacker, just very fundamentally sound kids that are well coached. And offensively, they've got a great running back. I mean, the kid has rushed for 1,600 yards, 30 touchdowns. He can get outside on you. He'll run it up inside. So like I said, does a great job for him. And, they get him the ball a lot. That's, sometimes when these teams have good running backs, as a coach, you're kind of going, they don't give him the ball a lot, and that's what you want to see. But they make sure they get him going. And, and along with him, their offensive line does a great job. They run a lot of zone, probably see more inside zone than what you normally do. And that says a lot about their offensive line. And it says a lot about their offensive line coach because, to teach zone technique is, it's a time consuming, thing. And then not only do they just run zone, they got different calls off of it that put pressure on you defensively. A lot of times people think zone, they think the zone pull and zone read and stuff like that, and that's just one aspect of it. But then they'll change some of their blocking schemes that put pressure on your linebackers to now take this gap instead of that gap. So, like I said, they do a real good job there. Quarterback, good player, has had a great season throwing the football and running it. But he's got some talented guys out, wide receiver, especially number 16. 16 is the type of guy that if he catches it, he can be gone. He's outrun everybody, or he'll go over the top and catch it. So, like I said, offensively got a very talented offense. Like I said, so when you're looking at as I say, a fundamentally sound defense and a talented offense with different weapons, as a football coach, that's not exactly what you like to say about your opponent, because that means you're fixing to have a really tough game. But that's what you would expect in a time like this, at a game of this magnitude.
Well, Coach, of course, good luck to you and the Rebels today, and hope we can bring home this state championship, second one in 5 years. And I want to say thank you to you for being available for these pregame conversations, and you do a great job of letting fans get a little bit closer look and inside look at a team that they really care about. So thanks for making these visits possible every week.
Well, I appreciate it. I want to thank you. Like I said, we can kind of do our farewells because this is officially going to be it, and there's nothing anybody can say or do that can change that. So, but this is what you want to be. You want to be at the, as I told our kids, last practice, hey, this is the last practice, but this is a positive last practice, because, you can't go any further. And so like with these pregame shows, we can't go any further, but it's been fun. I hope sometimes the longer I do these, the more long-winded I can get, especially when we start talking about Leake history or some type of football aspect. Sometimes I give a little too much information, but you're patient and probably able to edit me out on a lot of things. But like I said, I appreciate it. And as I used to always tell Melvin Woot, the thing I appreciate about you is you make me look smart. I always said, Melvin, just make me look smart, and so you've done a great job this year of that. And I appreciate all that you do for not only me, but also for the school. And you get a lot of compliments. People say that what a great job you do as far as announcing and commentating. Appreciate working with you. And I look forward to doing it again next year. And somehow, some way, me and you will wind up talking after the game. So like I said, I hope somehow you can get your way down to the field.
All right. Thanks, Coach Brian Pickens. We'll take another break and come back and bring in Sam Brigsby, and we will try to do our best to set this matchup for you for the MAIS 5A state championship between the Leake Rebels and the Parklane Pioneers as the Wendy's pregame continues.
Walk into the shimmering world of Cross Gates Jewelers and Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologist will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Cross Gate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
Whether you have a honey-do list or a big-time construction project, Small Town Rental is ready to deliver. From mini excavators, skid steers, trenchers, tillers, augers, and so much more. You'll find Small Town Rentals on Highway 16 in Carthage, across from the hospital. And they even deliver so you can get results instead of excuses. Follow Small Town Rental on Facebook and find out how Blair Purvis, the guy with the pink gooseneck trailer, can help you reserve your equipment today. Tune in next time when you'll hear Little Bit say,
I'm meant for my daddy so he can buy me more horses.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Hey, it's Toby from Wendy's. Picture a Baconator. The 6 strips of Applewood smoked bacon, the hot and juicy beef, the pretzel bun. Wait, pretzel bun? A pretzel Baconator. And it's only here for a limited time? And right now you can get $3 off mobile orders of $15 or more with the offer in the Wendy's app? This changes everything. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new Pretzel Baconator.
Limited time only. At participating U.S. Wendy's. $15 minimum required before taxes and fees. Account registration required.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store, out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
That there's the Cow Patty.
Whoa, let me get this straight. You named her Cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East.
Make forever Christmas memories with your family at Redbird Farms Choose and Cut Tree Farm. They have 2 varieties of Leland cypress and the most fragrant blue ice trees plus Fraser fir. Come choose your favorite and jump on Santa's sleigh for a ride around the farm.
Hey, boys and girls.
Visit Redbird Farms at 460 Massey Road, just a cozy 8-mile drive off of Highway 25 in Leake County. Redbird Farms open 12 to 5 the week of Thanksgiving, Monday through Friday Thanksgiving week only, Saturdays from 10 to 5, and Sundays 12 to 5 on all other weekends. Redbird Farms. It's not just a tree, it's a tradition.
Ho, ho, ho.
Boswell Media Sports.
getting some input. Well, I was just starting to get it there. There we go.
Everyone, and welcome to Jackson Academy as we continue.
Just starting to get it. Sorry, folks. We're trying to fly this plane while we're flying. And in the state playoffs, here we go. Now I can hear me, and I hope you've been able to hear me. But here we go. We don't interrupt Christmas Station for just anything, but we do for Leake Academy State Football Championships. It just went away on me. And so we've got Leake and Parklane for you from Jackson Academy. We're at the Brickyard. Glad to have you with us. The Wendy's pregame serves up hot and juicy MAIS 5A state championship game. Number 3, Leake, seated in the 12-team playoff bracket, and number 1 seed Parklane prepping for a 3 o'clock kickoff. Unfortunately, MAIS rules prohibit us from bringing you a video live stream today, so we are bringing you a special Triple M Motors audio-only broadcast on Cruisin' 98, the Cruisin' 98 mobile app, and streaming live at Kicks96news.com, and also that high-quality audio coming to you on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. Let's get to starting lineups. They're presented by Prince Oil and all the great locations of the Junction, Philadelphia, Louisville, Union, Macon, Scuba, Carthage, Oxford, Ridgeland, and Newton. We'll start on the defense, and there's a substitution or a difference because of injury. Owen Hitt was injured in the second half in the semifinals last week, so he won't be going at defensive end. But Caden Monk, sophomore, has played a lot of snaps. He'll step in at defensive end. The other defensive end, senior Pete Peebles. In the middle, Hagan Bobo, senior at defensive tackle. Gage Bennett at nose guard. The linebackers in the middle, leading tackler on the Rebel D, Kobe Kemp. On the outside, Grayson McDonald had a big game last week. So did Tyler Winstead. He's at the other outside linebacker. The Rover is Braden Welch. Free safety Matthew Nowell. Their seniors. Jack Harkins, senior, will be at one cornerback, and at the other corner, junior Joshua Gray. Tanner Walsworth will handle long snaps. Jack Harkins, holder duties on extra points and field goals, and Matthew Nowell handles all the kicking duties. For the Rebel offense, junior Connor Moore at center will have his hand on the ball first. The guards to the left side, Mitch Pucklich, a senior, and sophomore Tanner Walsworth at right guard. The tackles left side, senior Hayden Jenkins, and on the right side, Sean McDill, also a senior. Tight end is Major Chandler, plays at tight end, and H-Mac, sophomore. And the receivers, Jack Harkins had a touchdown catch last week. He'll be at one receiver. And the other two, Matthew Nowell, who we mentioned. Matthew has caught 68 catches for nearly 1,300 yards and 23 touchdowns. And Mathen Weaver on the other side, 76 receptions for 1,230 yards and 10 TDs, plus a punt return touchdown on the year. At running back, sophomore Garrett Adcock averaging 6.5 plus per carry, 188 totes for 1,236 yards on the season and 13 touchdowns. And at quarterback, the junior QB1 George Wilcox, who's thrown for over 3,300 yards, has completed 59% of his passes, 37 touchdowns, 11 picks, and 8 rushing touchdowns. And his rushing attack, as Coach Pickens and I talked about, a big part of the win at Magnolia Heights last week. Those are the Prince Oil starting lineups. Let's bring in the Gilbert Barham color commentator, and that chair endowed by Rosebud General Store, and it's Sam Rigby. It's been great to have Sam with us. And Sam, we're back where we started. Week 1, we were in this press box down one level from where we are right now, but this is where we wanted to end up.
And you couldn't ask for any other better place to be than playing on a Friday afternoon for a 5A state championship. And that's what we have right underway as our Rebels taking on visiting Parklane Pioneers.
And as probably anywhere you are in Mississippi, if you're listening, got clear skies, sunny conditions. That's what we've got here. Temperature in the 50s, and we've got a pretty good northwest wind blowing in. And that's going to be a factor, going to cool things off once the shadows lengthen later in the day. We expect to be completely in the shadows on the field by the second half, and it could be down in the 40s by the time this game ends. And, of course, we're playing on a field turf surface here, so no weather conditions really affecting that. And that's your weather and field condition presented by the Leake County Co-op. Let's think about this season. Sam, we started here in week 1. Of course, it was hot. It was August.
we didn't have as many sleeves on that game in August.
That's right. We had Jackson Academy on the other side of the field that night, and the 6A Raiders and our Rebels played to an 8-point game, lost that one. But once we got in that schedule, we ended up winning our next 3 against a couple of 5A opponents and then Union High School. And we started to see that offense start to come into shape. And I think the big surprise, the thing I was looking at early in the season that you just didn't know going in, was what kind of run game the Rebels were going to have. Yep. I think that offensive line has answered that question, and we found a guy to hand it to in Garrett Adcock.
Absolutely. Garrett Adcock has been a big part of the Rebel rushing game this season, as we knew the passing game coming in with George Wilcox and receivers outside Harkins, Weaver, and Nowell. But Garrett Adcock's been a big part in helping the Rebels have a more balanced attack than just throwing it every game on the field. So that's been a big part of how the Rebels have come this far in the season.
And let's go ahead and mention that. We may come back to it during the Wendy's pregame as we talk about this matchup with Parklane. You get to this point in the season and playoff games, if one team can make the other one-dimensional, it goes a long way to winning the ball game. So that's a big part of the Rebel success. We look at the pass stats and things, are eye-popping, gets people's attention, but that pass game would not have been as successful as it's been this year without the Rebels developing a solid run game.
Absolutely. The Rebels have come a long way. Like we said earlier in the year, the Rebels had some big games, went against 5A opponents like Starkville and Bio, but then the Rebels were able to lose 2 back-to-back road games to Heritage and Capaya, and that set the Rebels at 3-3 in the middle of the year at the end of September. And going into October, it's been nothing but the Rebels. They've won 6 straight games, starting against Pillow in the homecoming game, and then went to East Rankin at home. And a big Lamar game really kind of turned this season in the Rebels' favor, as that was a tough opponent playing at Lamar, and that was when you could kind of feel the turning point in this season, what's brought this momentum and how the Rebels have been able to carry it all the way here back to Jackson.
That's a really good point. We certainly piled up a lot of big stats and points against Pillow and East Rankin midseason, but it was not until that game over in Meridian that the Rebels win 35-34 when standing on that top of that press box, cold night, first cold one of the season. I remember as that game went on thinking, this is a team that can go far in the playoffs. Yep. And we saw that on display that night, and the Rebels have continued that momentum. Took care of Simpson, shutting them out in Week 10, 27-0, winning the Central Division, getting that playoff bye in Week 1, and then they picked up right where they left off. And when we started in that what's officially the second round of the playoffs.
And it was a different look the Rebels saw. First game that played against Simpson to close out the regular season, it was 27-0. But in the second round of the playoffs, it was the Rebels prevailing 45-36, having to kind of adjust the strategies that they did in the first game. The defense was a big part of the Rebels' success to close out the regular season. But the game against Simpson, it was a very close game at halftime, and both teams were able to come out in the second half. And the Rebels have been really just having a lot of success on their offensive end, getting towards this state championship game against Parklane.
We're going to take a break and come back and give you some final preview of this matchup with the 1-seed Parklane Pioneers. Stay with us on Cruisin' 98 and on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel as Leake Academy State Championship football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose performance therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pet. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West. Carthage.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
If you love sports, get in the game by getting In Sports. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia, puts you in the game with personalized jerseys and fan wear to support your favorite team. In Sports has the cheer uniforms you're looking for, as well as plaques and trophies. Looking for sports equipment? In Sports has that too. In Sports also believes in giving the best possible customer service with in-town deliveries. Be the fan you've always wanted to be with In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Navigate your way to Carthage Collision Center. Easy to find, right on Highway 16 in Carthage. Our professionals offer exceptional repair services, getting you back on the road in no time. Experience unparalleled customer service coupled with cutting-edge technology. Call us 601-267-4727.
Make a turn towards peace of mind with Carthage Collision Center, where quality meets reliability.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-thru and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Coin toss going on the field right now, and I'll report that to you real quick while I'm staring at it. The Parklane Pioneers have won the toss and will defer to the second half. The Rebels will get the ball first and take it down at the west end to our left. But hey, real quick, you can sync up this audio broadcast with the MAIS Network video broadcast to get the best of both worlds.
There you go.
There you go. We're not ashamed to say it. If you're listening to us, thanks. You're dancing with the one that brought you this far, and we're grateful for that. A couple of other little side notes. Of course, this is the fourth game in the 6-game 1A through or 5-game 1A through 5A matchup. Yesterday, DeSoto defeated Tunica 58-32 in the 2A championship game. Kirk finished the season undefeated, won the 3A title. They beat Marshall 35-10. And in the early game today, the 1A classification, Briarfield knocked off Wilkinson Christian 32-18. to win the 1A championship. We're about to get the 5A title game started. The Rebels have just taken the field through the inflatable helmet up at the northwest end of the field. Parklane coming to the near sideline. White helmets, royal blue jerseys, and royal blue football pants. White numerals trimmed in red and white piping coming to the near sideline. The Rebels, the visitors in the Navy helmets, white jerseys, and white football pants. Parklane Excellent ball club. Their only 2 losses to MRA and Jackson Prep. They were predicted to be here, and they're really balanced. Really excellent ball club.
Absolutely. Parklane coming into this state championship last week, beating Copiah, a district opponent for Leake, 17-10. But it was a 10-0 lead for Copiah halfway through the third quarter, and Parklane managed to come back and score 17 points unanswered and get a 17-10 win over Copiah and bring us into this afternoon's game in the state championship. With some players keep an eye out for the Pioneers is senior quarterback J.D. Dumas, 1,580 passing yards, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. But the big answer is in the backfield, senior running back Jax Toller, 1,718 rushing yards, 29 touchdowns for Toller this year. So he'll be a guy to keep an eye on the backfield for in this 5A state championship.
Thank you for coming to your
Teams are lined up on the sideline facing toward the west end, and we're about to have the prayer national anthem. We'll step aside for that. Come back. It'll be time for the Morris Pharmacy kickoff as the Leake Academy 5A state championship coverage continues from Boswell Media Sports.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pets. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Hey, this is Melissa Trussell with Chipley Squareview Inn and Venue. Let us open the door to endless possibilities. Our vintage and quaint atmosphere, modern amenities, and multiple levels make us the perfect place for both your most cherished moments and exciting events. From the rooftop patio and historic hotel rooms to the exquisite chapel and downstairs venue, I know Chipley's is just the place for you. Chipley Squareview Inn and Venue, the place to experience. Located on North Pearl Street, across from the courthouse in Carthage. Book your private tour today and let's plan your next event.
Hello, Rebel fans. It's time for kickoff. Moore's Pharmacy welcomes you to an exciting night of Friday night football. Moore's Pharmacy takes great pride in supporting Leake Academy Rebels, the perfect place to start your weekend. Okay, Rebels, let's kick it off.
Boswell Media Sports.
Not many empty seats below us at the Brickyard at Jackson Academy. Leake Academy side, the visitor side, just about completely filled. In fact, a lot of people standing along the side, along the end zone. Home side, I'd say about 85% full. The 5A state championship game about to kick off. Parklane will kick it off to the Rebels, right to left. Miles Carter, sophomore, will tee it up at the 40. The Rebels have Nathan Weaver and Garrett Adcock standing along the 10 to receive the kickoff. Nothing left to do now but see how it plays out. Only 2 5A teams left, and your Leake Academy Rebels are one of them. Here we go. Rebels looking for their second state title in 5 years. Third time they've been in the championship game under head coach Brian Pickens. Fifth time, sixth time overall, excuse me. Straight on. kick deep, end over end. Backing up on it, Jack Harkins takes it at the 20. Up the near side. Will get ahead to the 27. And get tackled there by Kyle Rushing. So Leake starts first and 10, up to the 32 rather than the 27. That's where Leake will start.
Be a good opportunity for the Rebels offense. We saw it early in the pregame warm-ups that the sun could be a factor in this Rebel passing game. So they'll be going down the field, but the receivers turn around. The sun may be in their eyes. Something to keep an eye out for early in this ball game as the Rebel offense takes the field.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Move Major Chandler as an H-back to the right side. Garrett Adcock in the backfield. To throw, Wilcox, short pass for a gain of about 2 to Mathen Weaver, and he's put down right in front of the Rebel bench at the 34. It'll be 2nd and 8, the first quarter of today's game, presented by Carthage Collision Center.
Mathen Weaver with a good route in the slot on that left side, just a quick out route on that left side, but the Parklane Pioneer defense is right there to prevent Weaver from getting upfield.
2nd and 8, again to the air, but the pressure gets to Wilcox in the backfield, and he's sacked at the 26-yard line. A loss of 8 on the play, and the Rebels face 3rd and long as number 8, Telvin Jefferson, the defensive end, got to him, and then some 2 or 3 other blue-shirted defenders arrived.
And this is a Parklane defense that has after that last sack, 34 sacks on the season as a team. This Parklane Pioneer defense likes to get after the quarterback, force pressure, and that time they were able to come away with their 34th sack this season.
3rd and 16, Wilcox going to put it up deep. Down the left hash, going to be overthrown, incomplete. Matthew Nowell, the intended receiver, but the ball was thrown about 5 yards in front of them. The Rebels run 3 plays and will have to bring out the punt team on their opening possession.
George Wilcox looking for Matthew Nowell down the middle of the field in those deep shots that have worked this year for the Rebels, and Pioneer defense was right there as it looked to be about triple coverage on Matthew Nowell, as they knew that the deep shot was coming for Nowell, and the Pioneer defense was right there for it.
Sophomore speedster Davis Caruth awaits the punt. He stands at his own 40. Matthew Nowell stands along the 12. Punt it away. Get a really nice kick. Caruth lost it in the sun. It's going to take a tremendous roll inside the 20, inside the 15, and it'll be down by Joey Saki at the 10-yard line. Let me add that up real quick. 40, 20. All he did was hit a 64-yard punt.
Nothing too big for baller alert Matthew Nowell, making a great job flipping the field position. As we mentioned on that first drive for the Rebel offense, that sun was a factor as Caruth lost that in the sun and helped the Rebels out and pins the Pioneers inside the 15-yard line on their first drive of the game.
Caruth only had to go about maybe 5 to 10 yards back to field it if he wanted to, but he never saw it, and the Rebels benefited from the sun on that play. 1st and 10 from the 10 for the Pioneers with 2x2 receivers. Shotgun set. Dumas hands it to Toller. Got room to run. He's at the 20. Breaks to the outside, 30, 40. And then finally, Braden Welch wrangles him down at the 46. It's a gain of 36 on the ground on 1st and 10. And right away, the Pioneers get out from tight position and get themselves into middle of the field.
Jax Toller, the man with toting the rock. First play was a big game for Toller, so something we'll see. The Rebels can manage to put a stop to it.
And again, he's got room, had something open up, but Tyler Winstead got him around the feet, pulled his shoe off actually, as he picked up 6 yards to the Rebel 48, 2nd and 4. He's followed the left side of his offensive line to a couple of big holes. Rebels have a three-man defensive front. 2nd and 4. Handoff. Again, lots of room up the middle. 35, 30, down to the 29 goes Tanner Kizar, who came in for the running back Toller to put his shoe back on. And all he did was pick up 17 and a first down.
And Kaiser doesn't get a ton of credit for Parklane. He's got over 400 yards rushing. He comes in, does a really good job for the Pioneers and relief for Toller.
The Rebels get him right at the line of scrimmage on that. Oh, it's a keeper. Wow, they fooled me. They kept Dumas on a read play to the outside. He goes inside the 10 before he's pushed out of bounds, but a flag comes down at the 16-yard line. So this one may be coming back most of the way.
It looked like it may be holding on the outside on the Pioneer receiver. Looked to be number 20, Caden Jackson, on that right side.
It was indeed number 20, and a hold is the call. So it will go 10 yards back from where the hold was committed. So if they walk it back correctly, they'll put it at the 26-yard line. That's what they do. We'll replay first down. It will be 1st and 7 from the Leake 26. Scoreless game, 9:20 to go in the Carthage Collision Center first quarter. Leake had to punt after running 3 plays, and Parklane's been on the move on their first possession. High snap, handoff. Toller gets hit in the backfield. Pete Peebles has him wrapped up, holds him up for some help to arrive in the form of Braden Welch and also Gage Bennett. They stop him for a loss of a yard. 3rd down, and, well, they keep scooting the stick down. We'll say no gain on the play. 2nd and 7. Again, 2 receivers to each side. 4-man front for LA now. Toss it to Toller. Force him to the inside, but he's got daylight. 15. Runs into a Rebel defender. Joshua Gray gets spilled at about the 8-yard line. Big gain on the play of about 18 yards, and that sets up Parklane with 1st and goal.
And Tyler Winstead blew up the Pioneer block on that left side that really opened up the hole for Toller to get through. Winstead was there for the tackle, but just a cut inside by Toller opened up for a big gain out of the backfield.
And Kobe Kemp says, not this time. He stops Toller in the backfield. A loss back to the 10, a loss of 2. 2nd and goal.
Toller dropped by Kemp back at the 10.
Great response by this Rebel defense, but Kobe Kemp coming right up the middle. Haven't called him so far in the state championship game, and I'm sure it won't be the last time we call Kobe Kemp's name the outstanding linebacker for the Rebel defense.
2nd and goal from the 10, ticking down toward 8 minutes in the quarter. Straight ahead, wide open space for Jax Toller, and he runs it in from 10 yards for a Parklane touchdown at the 7:59 mark of the first quarter.
Keeping the ball on the ground was all the Pioneer defense, or Pioneer offense still on that drive, keeping it on the ground with Toller, and had a lot of success driving down the field. Over an 80-yard drive for this Pioneer offense, and they strike first in this 5A state championship.
6-0 extra point coming from Miles Carter. He puts the kick up, and it is good. 7:59 to go first quarter. Parklane strikes first. They lead 7-0. We'll be back with a Morris Pharmacy kickoff as Leake Academy football continues.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Parklane's Miles Carter has it teed up. Equidistant from the sidelines after the Pioneers' touchdown. They've broken the ice in this 5A championship game, taking a 7-0 lead over the Rebels. Sky kicks it. Weaver coming over, and he'll let it hit and then bounce out of bounds inside the 30.
last drive for Parklane. Managed to go 6 yards down the field, keeping it on the ground. All 6 were run plays, and it was capitalized by the Jax Toller touchdown run by Parklane. Lead is 7-0 Parklane, 7:59 to go in the first quarter. That's your performance therapy reset.
Leake ended up going backwards on their first possession. 3 pass plays. 1 resulted in a sack. 1st and 10 from the 35. Handoff left side, Adcock. He's hit before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard and a half. We'll call it 2 back to the 33. Getting back there quickly was 51, Hayden McCurley. 2nd and 12. Line up with 3 wide receivers. H-back to the left. Snap back to Wilcox. He'll fire it a little too high in a tight window on the far sideline toward Matthew Nowell. Jarvis Scott is right there with good coverage, and the Rebels face again 3rd and long.
Parklane's got a pair of good defensive backs, starting with Jarvis Scott. Had 28 tackles on the year and 2 interceptions. So Trey Jackson and Jarvis Scott going to be the 2 outside corners for the Parklane Pioneers, and they're going to play good man coverage on these Rebel receivers. It'll be a good matchup to watch as we go forward in this 5A state championship.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Parklane dial up some pressure. They're bringing pressure from the edge. They're rushing 5, stepping up in the pocket, taking off as Wilcox cuts to the inside, 35, 45. He's got the first down into Pioneer territory, and it takes 3 Parklane defenders to bring him down at the 48-yard line. So the Rebels get the big gain there, 19 yards and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
Well, you called it, Philip. Parklane did bring pressure, but George Wilcox able to saw that pressure and identify it and take off right open up the field for some open field. Got close to the 50-yard line, first down, Rebels. George Wilcox keeping it on the ground.
Wilcox, keeper on first down, straight ahead. He's got 10. He's got the first down. Give him 11 to the Pioneer 37. Just a little quick shoulder fake, and then he took off straight up the middle for a big gain.
A lot of what we saw last week against Magnolia Heights. George Wilcox keeping it on the ground. Managed to do it just there, pick up another first down for this Rebel offense.
Same play. Breaks to the outside. He'll get a short gain on this one. Jay Aldridge, the linebacker, snipped it out. Tackles him at the 35 after a 2-yard pickup. We go under 6:33 to play in the first quarter. Leake trailing 7-zip. 2nd down and 8. Nowell and Weaver split to the left. Harkins to the wide side of the field to the right. Wilcox dropping back to throw, puts it up toward the end zone, has Nowell there, but it's tipped away at the last minute. Boy, great play by the cornerback, Jarvis Scott, what should have been otherwise a touchdown.
Jarvis Scott, like we said, good coverage on Nowell on the outside. Nowell made good connections with George Wilcox all year, hauling in over 20 touchdowns, and Jarvis Scott just making the better play on that coverage and disrupting the Rebel touchdown.
He stuck his right hand out. He did not see the ball coming in. He was facing the receiver now. 3rd and 8 from the 35. 4 wide outs in the formation. Throw, right side, wide open. Jack Harkins gathers it in, and he's tackled immediately at the 23, and that'll move the sticks for a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down, gain of 10.
Great job by Jack Harkins on that right outside, just running to that first down marker and sitting down right where George Wilcox could find him for a first down. Another great job by Garrett Adcock in the backfield. He's adding a lot of protection for George Wilcox, pass blocking, preventing the Parklane defense from getting to him and giving more time to get the ball down the field for the Rebel offense.
Twin receivers each side. Adcock, play action, quick throw to the slot receiver. That's Nowell. He breaks one tackle and then gets dragged down at the 16. That'll leave the Rebels with 3rd and short as they pick up 7 on that play.
Just a good bubble route on that left side by Nowell, getting open down the field, and George Wilcox finding him for the short completion, picks up positive yards.
Keeper going behind the right side of the offensive line, dragging defenders forward toward the 10. Pyle still moving to the maybe the 12. They'll say he got down there, and that will be a gain of 4 and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down for the Rebels as they operate in the David Barham Insurance red zone.
George Wilcox doing it through the air and on the ground with his legs, really showing some of that power he's got when he takes off in that direct snap, and it's working really well for the Rebels on the second drive of the ball game.
1st and 10 from the 12. Rebels spread the field with 4 wide outs. Hard count. Now look back into the sideline. Plenty of time on the play clock. It goes under 10. 4:44 to play in the first quarter. Handoff. Adcock breaks through 5, and he is in the end zone. That's 6 for the Rebels. Leake has answered the Parklane touchdown with one of their own on a 65-yard drive. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting.
Well, it was all George Wilcox through the air and on the ground, but in the red zone, first handoff to sophomore running back Garrett Adcock. Burst right up the middle, pulls the Rebels within a 1-point lead as Matthew Nowell comes on for the PAT.
12 yards on the run. Low snap, but kick is up, and it's off to the side. No good. Parklane keeps the lead at 7-6 as we head to the timeout. Leake Academy football continues.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-thru and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Got the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff coming up with 4:38 to go first quarter. Parklane 7, Leake 6 in the 5A state championship game from Jackson Academy. The first quarter is presented by Carthage Collision Center, and today's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association. Sam, the Rebels answered the 90-yard touchdown march from Parklane with 65-yard scoring drive of their own, and look like they're starting to look like the Rebel offense we recognize.
It was good to see the Rebel offense respond first drive, maybe getting some jitters out in this game of the state championship on the first drive, going 3 and out, but responding with a touchdown drive. It's good to see from this Rebel offense from what we've seen all year. It's the response that they've taken from a hard first drive, come back on second drive, get right back in this ball game.
Now Matthew Nowell tees it up. I think we can anticipate some slightly longer breaks between some of the these after scores, because we've got TV gets however many commercials they want to have, and they run the show. It'll be a sky kick toward the 30, taken on a fair catch at the 33 by Kyle Rushing of Parklane. 4:38 to go in the first, and Parklane takes over on their second possession.
Last drive for this Rebel offense, going 10 plays on a 65-yard drive down the field. A couple of runs, big runs on the ground by George Wilcox, and through the air finding Jack Harkins and Matthew Nowell on some other receptions, but it was capped off by the Garrett Adcock touchdown run on the 10-play drive for the Rebels. Missed PAT by Nowell, 7-6 your score, 4:38 to go. That's your Performance Therapy reset.
Jax Toller spins away into the second level. He's into Rebel territory. 40, spins away from another defender. 30, 25, finally gets bumped down by Jack Harkins. He goes for 35 yards down to the Rebel 22. And right away, Parklane set up with great field position.
Just keeping it on the ground with Toller. He had a spin move at the line of scrimmage and created some open space up the field for a big run for Jax Toller.
45 yards, handoff. Toller spins away again, but gets hit in the backfield. got away momentarily from Pete Peebles, but Grayson McDonald was there to stop him for a loss of a yard.
Toller tried that spin move again, but this time the Rebel defense was right there with Grayson McDonald getting in for the Rebel defense, making a tackle for loss. Brings up 2nd down and 12.
From the shotgun, Dumas sets up to throw for the first time. Throws in a crossing pattern underneath to Caruth. He turns the corner, 15-10, and angles out of bounds right there. Far side, Joshua Gray chased him out of bounds, but he picks up the first down right between the 10 and the 9. 1st and goal now for the Pioneers with 3:41 to go in the Carthage Collision Center first quarter.
And just a little crossing right over the middle of the field. Rebels were in man defense and opened up that right side when the receivers went down the field. Caught it in open space, created a big game for the Pioneers.
Toller carries, but the Rebels are on it. Hagan Bobo grabs him from behind. And Kobe Kemp, Gage Bennett also got in there to finish him off. We'll see where they mark it. Right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
2nd and goal from the 9.
From the right hash, they'll toss it left side. Toller cutting back to the inside. Caden Monk comes from the backside, gets good pursuit, and stops him after a short gain. He gets right between the 8 and the 7. It'll be 3rd and goal.
That was a good job by Matthew Now on that left side, really forcing Toller to have to go right back inside, but it was Rebel defensive line and Caden Monk there to get Toller right when Now was able to stall the play. Brings up one of the first 3rd downs that this Pioneer offense has had to face tonight.
Spread 4 receiver formation. Dumas to throw. Looking, throws into a crowd, incomplete in the end zone. He wanted Caden Jackson, a sophomore receiver, but the Rebels had Braden Welch and Jack Harkins there, and that one was one that could just have easily been picked off as it would have been caught for a touchdown.
Absolutely, and it appears that the Pioneer offense can stay out on the field for 4th down, 4th and goal.
4th and goal from the 8. The Rebels nearly come offside. Hard count. Dumas looks to the inside. Play clock under 9. And Coach Rushing calls timeout before the play clock expires with 2:38 to go in the quarter. We'll take the break and come back with a 4th down play coming up here in the state championship game.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Hey, this is Melissa Trussell with Chipley's Squareview Inn and Venue. Let us open the door to endless possibilities. Our vintage and quaint atmosphere, modern amenities, and multiple levels make us the perfect place for both your most cherished moments and exciting events. From the rooftop patio and historic hotel rooms to the exquisite chapel and downstairs venue, I know Chipley's is just the place for you. Chipley's Squareview Inn and Venue, the place to experience. Located on North Pearl Street, across from the courthouse in Carthage. Book your private tour today and let's plan your next event.
Boswell Media Sports.
Big 4th down play coming up for Parklane. 4th and goal from the 7-yard line, right between the 7 and the 8. We'll call it the 7. Moving right to left. They bring Dumas, the quarterback, put Toller at his left hip, and put 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. 4th down and goal. Dumas fakes the toss, sets up to throw. Over the middle, has a receiver over the middle, wide open. It's Caruth. He gathers it in. And Parklane scores on the 4th down play to take a 13-6 lead with the extra point coming.
Thought for a second that Dumas was going to take off right up the middle of that Rebel defense. He had an opening, but was able to find Caruth in the end zone for 6. It makes it a 13-6 ball game. Parklane leading Leake Academy in this first quarter 5A state championship.
Carter's kick is high, and it is through the uprights and good. 2:31 to go in the first quarter. Pioneers 14 and Rebels 6. We'll be back with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff after Parklane has extended their lead to 8 points in the Carthage Collision Center first quarter. Carter lining up like he wants to sky kick it over toward Jack Harkins who's standing along the 30. He'll put it in that direction, but put it deep. Weaver's able to get it at the 21, comes to the numbers near side. Gets wrapped up and taken down at the 38-yard line by Eli Davis for Parklane. And the Rebels take over on their third possession in a 14-6 game.
The last drive for the Pioneers, it was a 7-play drive. The big run by Jack Toller for 35 yards set up the, looks like it was Davis Caruth in the end zone for 6 for the Parklane Pioneers. 14-6 your score, 2:25 to go in the first quarter. There's your performance therapy reset.
7 plays, 67 yards for the 1-seed Parklane. Rebels take over, right hash, 38-yard line. Keeper Wilcox across the 40, picks up 5 to the 43 before he's put down hard by the safety Slade Steele.
Good positive game for George Wilcox, just keeping it on the ground on that right side. Able to get it, look to be about 5 yards close to the first down marker, and brings up second down for the Rebels.
4 wide receivers, 2nd and 5. Wilcox wants to put it in the air, throws it left side, out pattern, complete to Nowell. He's tackled immediately, about 3 yards deep into Parklane territory at the 47. That's a gain of 10 and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
That's a good route by Matthew Nowell on the left side, running down the field, getting to the first down marker, and kind of coming back towards sideline on that left side. George Wilcox put it only where Nowell could get it. The Rebels pick up a first down now in Pioneer territory.
Twin receivers each side. Rebels in the sunshine, going left to right. Under 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. 4-man front, they blitz DB, and DB will get to him. Tackle Wilcox back in Leake territory at the 44. The Rebels lose 9 on that play and will face second down and long. Second sack of the game for the Parklane D.
Yeah, once again, another sack by this Pioneer defense of Parklane. They've been able to bring pressure all year from the quarterback. And whenever Wilcox is stepping back to pass, the Pioneers are bringing a lot of pressure, picking up their second sack of the night. We saw they've had to drop back Garrett Adcock to kind of pass block to kind of counter this pressure that Parklane's bringing, and that time it worked for the Parklane Pioneers.
Rebels throw, but incomplete. Just wasn't there for Matthew Nowell. Turned back to the quarterback along the sticks. It's incomplete. Third down and 18 for LA. 38 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
Looked like on that left side, George was trying to fire down the middle of the field, getting close to that first down marker, but the ball just kind of sailed right past. May have been some miscommunication on the route, but George threw a real tight spiral on that left side, but just sailed out of bounds, and Rebels weren't able to bring it in for a catch. Brings up third down and long.
Rebels bring Caden Stovall into the game, put him in the slot to the right, take Adcock out. Looking to his left, good pocket, now taken off is Wilcox, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage before he gets chased down by Hayden McCurley, the defensive end. The Rebels will have 4th down and almost 10, 9+ from the 46-yard line in Parklane territory. What may be the final play of the first quarter. Looks like that's what it's going to be. The Rebels are going to be content to let it tick down before making the decision. We'll step aside after 12 minutes. Parklane leads in the state championship game over Leake 14-6. We'll be back on Boswell Media Sports.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Big discounts at Triple M Motors. That's right. Big dealer discounts plus GM consumer rebates means you save big.
Not in the market for a new ride? Check out our pre-owned.
Triple M Motors carries a good selection of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Stop by or check us out on the web at triplemmotors.com. That's triplemmotors.com.
Boswell Media Sports.
We start the second quarter, 5A state championship game. I want to remind Rebel fans that Total Pain Care is the wellness sponsor for Leake Academy Athletics. Find out more about what they do in Meridian and Philadelphia and all over the state of Mississippi by visiting them at totalpaincare.org. 4th and 9, the Rebels are going for it from their own, from the Parklane 46. They need to get to the 37 for the first down. 2x2 receivers. Adcock in the backfield at the right hip of Wilcox. 4-man front for Parklane. Putting it in the air, left side, coming back, but not making the catch is Nowell. And excellent coverage from Jarvis Scott. The ball goes over to Parklane on downs at their 46 with 11:55 to go in the second quarter, presented by Welch Forest Products.
Looks like George Wilcox had to get rid of that ball a little bit quicker than he intended for, as the Pioneers, the Parklane, brought some really good pressure up front like we've seen a lot in this first quarter. They're bringing some big pressure on that defensive line, and defensive backs bringing pressure on the outside and forced George Wilcox to throw a quicker pass than he would have liked to throw and force the incompletion on 4th down.
The Leake defense looking for a way to stop the Pioneer rushing attack. 14-6, Parklane leads. They take over at their own 46. They'll run a reverse, toss it back to Caruth, but Caden Mock gets him back at the 40-yard line, throws him back for a 6-yard loss, and the Rebels get a big TFL on 1st down.
Always like to see a good tackle for loss, and Caden Monk filling in on the defensive line for Owen Hitt, making the most of his opportunity in the state championship game. Getting a big tackle for a loss brings up 2nd down and long.
2nd and 16. You mentioned Owen Hitt. He was one of the game captains today for the Rebels, along with Mathen Weaver, Aiden Jenkins, and Matthew Nowell. From the 40, 2nd and 16, they'll send Toller out to the left, empty the backfield, throw it underneath, short to the slot man for a gain of about 4 yards to the 44 as they found Kyle rushing. The Rebels had it well covered, and Welch made the tackle. So 3rd down and 12. 2 receivers to each side. Dumas looks at a 3-man Rebel front. 3 linebackers. On play action, gonna throw it into the slot, complete to Caruth. 1st down picked up, he's still on his feet, 40. Dancing around 35, breaks the tackle, 25, heads to the outside. Still on his feet at the 15, breaking tackles, and the Rebel pursuit finally catches up to him. And that was some kind of stepping left and right, zigging and zagging by Caruth as they get it down into the David Barham Insurance red zone. And once again, they're knocking at the door at the 12.
You name any kind of move, Davis Caruth just did it for the Pioneers. He was stepping and juking and spinning and going all over the place, and now the Pioneers are set up inside the red zone.
44 yards on that completion. Straight up the middle, Toller sidesteps one defender, sidesteps two, sidesteps three, and he'll walk into the end zone left side for a Parklane touchdown. And Parklane brought the offense in this first half as they take the lead out to 20-6.
The Rebels were staring at 3rd and long on the defensive end, but 2 big plays by Davis Caruth, and then a touchdown run by Jax Toller sets Parklane up 20-6 against Leake early in the second quarter.
Carter's been 2 for 2 on extra point attempts. He's now going to kick down to our right. And he puts it over the buses into somebody's backyard and makes it 21-6 with 10:16 to go second quarter. We'll be back as Leake Academy playoff football continues.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pet. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Boswell Media Sports.
Second quarter, Parklane's had it 3 times, and they have run drives into the end zone from 90 yards, 67 yards, and here 54 yards. And they have taken a 21-6 lead over the Leake Academy Rebels. The second quarter of the MAIS State Championship game. I want to say thank you to our friend Brian Eubank with the MAIS Network, Raider Network, getting us set up here and making sure we got all we need to do this radio broadcast. Well, here's the kickoff from Carter. He'll kick it to the 20. Weaver takes it in there, moving to the outside. Numbers 40, gets tripped up before he can hit the 45. Leake will have good field position starting at their own 43, trailing by 15.
Last drive for Parklane, only 4 plays that the Pioneers ran. It was a big Davis Caruth grab to set up Parklane in the goal territory, and it was capped off by a 12-yard run, touchdown run by Jax Toller, and brings the Rebel offense back on the field, trailing 21-6. That's your performance therapy reset.
We'll remind everybody, we're not allowed by MAIS rules to bring you video live stream, so that's why we're audio only. 1st and 10 from the 43, right hash. Rebels with 4 wide receivers in the formation. Little jump pass complete at the 45. Moving to the 35 is Major Chandler. Finally got brought down by Eli Chandler, the strong safety. The Rebels get 24 yards and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down on that first down pass.
Great play design. George Wilcox has been doing a lot on the ground. He faked the run up the middle and just found Major Chandler. Hadn't called his name a lot on the outside for a big gain of 24 yards.
Empty backfield. Throwing. Caught on an out pattern. Momentum carries Mathen Weaver out of bounds at the 23, and that's a gain right at 10 yards. That should be enough to move the sticks. The officials say yes, it is. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down after a gain of 10 on the pass to catch 22.
2 big plays by this Rebel offense coming out after Parklane capitalized after Rebels went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. Rebels coming out with a lot more tempo here in this drive of the ball game.
Empty set. Keeper for Wilcox He'll pick up 2 to the 21. Got wrapped up by Jace Jones, the middle linebacker. 2nd and 8. We've got timeout for an injured Parklane Pioneer. We'll remind you that today's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association. We appreciate Triple M Motors for bringing you today's audio stream and bringing you the audio and video streams throughout the season for Leake Academy football. The injured player is up and coming to the near side. He's walking off on his own. It was 51, Hayden McCurley, defensive end. Rebels will have 2nd and 8 from the Parklane 26 with 9:33 to go in the Welch Forest Products second quarter. Leake going right to left from our vantage point in the home press box. The Leake sideline is on the far side, visitor side. 2-by-2 receivers, and Chandler is a tight end. Wilcox dropping back to throw. Going toward the end zone. Weaver's back there, but the ball underthrown just a little bit and tipped away by linebacker Eli Davis. Had the matchup we wanted there.
And we saw it. Weaver was running on that right side and kind of broke and was able to get some separation, but just some good coverage by Eli Davis on that outside as George Wilcox was looking for Weaver in the end zone. Been just a little more on that ball. It could have been a touchdown for the Rebels, but just a little short pass brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 8. Wilcox with plenty of time to throw over the middle. Intercepted at the 1. Coming back the other way. Safety was lurking back there. He returns it back up to the 12-yard line. It was Eli Chandler, the strong safety. Matthew Nowell, the intended receiver, out of the slot, but I'm not sure Wilcox saw the safety dropping back. Threw it right to him.
Looked like he was eyeing the whole time. He was eyeing Rebel receiver, and looked like it was Nowell, and just didn't see the Parklane defender right out of the middle and threw it right to him for an interception. But now Rebel defense going to have to make a stop as Rebels trail by 15 here early in the second quarter.
They'll set the ball up at the 13. 1st and 10 for Parklane after the interception. They lead at 21-6 with 9 minutes to play before halftime. Toller on the carry. The Rebels get to him in a hurry. Caden Monk reached out and grabbed him, slowed him down, and then McDonald came and pushed him sideways. That stops the play for a loss of 2.
Good response by this Rebel defense, getting out on the first play for the 4th drive of the night for Parklane, and able to come up with a tackle for loss brings up 2nd and 11 for the Pioneers.
Two receivers to each side for Dumas. He'll send Toller out to the right. Look to throw. Nothing opening up. He rolls out right. Still looking. Throws it. Completes it at the 25. Breaking loose from a tackle for a few extra yards is number 2. That's Kyle Rushing. He reached up and got that one. And they pick up 20 and a 1st down.
It looked to be like it was Braden Welch in coverage for the Rebel defense, and Rushing just was able to beat Welch right at the point of attack and grab in the reception, picks up 1st down for Parklane.
And at 31, they'll hand it to Toller. He's got a big gain up to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line, a gain of 7 on the play. The 2nd and 3 for Parklane. They lead at 21-6. They've scored on each possession.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
Dumas with a hard count. Rebels with a 4-man front. Give once again. Toller, he's dragging Tyler Winstead up across the 45 near the 46. And that's a gain of 7 and gets the Pioneers a 1st down.
Pioneers just keeping it on the ground with Toller. It's been a good recipe for success so far in this ball game. He's got 2 touchdowns so far, and just keep it on the ground with Toller. The Rebels have haven't been able to counter-attack with the running attack of Jax Toller.
3 wide receivers out to the left. That's the wide side of the field. 1 on the near side. Toller on the right side of his quarterback. Dumas takes a high snap, hands it to Toller, and the Rebels get tremendous penetration for a 2-yard loss. Bennett got back there. So did McDonald and Winstead.
Good response by the Rebel defense. We saw Jax Toller just have a big run for Pioneer offense, and the Rebel defensive line was able to get a push up front and able to bring down Jax Toller for a loss on the play.
2nd and 12. Throw deep over the middle, incomplete. Along the 25-yard line, they were throwing deep post pattern, looking for Caden Jackson, but he couldn't bring it in. Jack Harkins was covering.
And Jackson he was in the shade, and when he cut to the left, he kind of got in that opening where the sun is, and the ball was a little underthrown, but I don't know if Jackson was able to find the ball with the sun in his eyes as he was able to get open in the middle part of the field.
This is a really big play for the Leake defense. 3rd and 12. Line of scrimmage. The Parklane 44. 6.5 minutes to play before halftime. Leake needing to get the ball back. 3-man front. Dumas to throw. Lots of time. Toss it over the middle. Complete to Caruth for the first down. Breaking near side 35, and he angles out of bounds at the 33. 23 yards on 3rd and 12, and Parklane converts that to a first down.
Parklane's just been dialing up the Rebel defense in this first half, getting a lot of success. As we saw on 3rd down and a long play, they were able to find an opening, and yards after the catch was able to move this ball inside the 35-yard line, and Parklane Pioneers take over in Rebel territory.
4 wide out formation, 1st and 10 from the Leake 33. Toller right side, room to run 30. He's got a lane inside the 25, and Kobe Kemp knocks him out at the 21. They get 12 yards on that carry and move the chains again.
Parklane keep it on the ground with Toller, was able to bounce out this time to the right side and get a first down for the Pioneers as he was able to just kind of give a little shake move at the line and bounce it outside and pick up a first down.
Dumas calls the signal, takes a high snap, hands it to Toller. Big room to run up the middle, and they'll go 21 yards for a touchdown. Parklane is rolling. They've got a 27-6 lead now with the extra point coming, 6:03 to go, 2nd quarter.
Parklane's just found a recipe that's been working against this Rebel defense, and it's in the backfield with Jax Toller, his 3rd touchdown. His 3rd touchdown in the first half. Makes it 27-6 Parklane with 6:03 to go in the first half.
And Carter is good on the extra point. 6:03 to go. New score, Parklane 28 and Leake 6. We'll be back with a Moore's Pharmacy kickoff.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
If you love sports, get in the game by getting In Sports. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia, puts you in the game with personalized jerseys and fan wear to support your favorite team. In Sports has the cheer uniforms you're looking for, as well as plaques and trophies. Looking for sports equipment? In Sports has that too. In Sports also believes in giving the best possible customer service with in-town deliveries. Be the fan you've always wanted to be with In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. Rebels come off the far sideline. 6:03 to go in the Welch Forest Products 2nd quarter. And Parklane converted an interception. They intercepted a George Wilcox pass at the 1, brought it out to the 13. And then they went 9 plays, 87 yards And they have been 4 for 4 scoring touchdowns on offensive possessions. Here's Carter, steps forward 3 steps, kicks it deep from the 19. Here comes Weaver outside the numbers right side. Will turn, take a hit on the hip, still roll forward, push his way to the 34, and run out of space there. And the Rebels will start there with 5:53 to go before half.
Parklane was able to convert on their touchdown drive, 87 yards down the field, 9 plays, keeping it on the ground with Jax Toller majority of the drive, and he was able to cap it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. Parklane leads Leake 28-6, 5:53 to go in first half. That's your performance therapy reset.
Hey, real quick, here's the rushing stats on Jax Toller. 17 carries for 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. Midway point of the second quarter. Harkins goes in motion out to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Against a 4-man front, Wilcox pumps, then throws it short to Nowell. He'll get a gain of a yard, and that's it before he's wrestled down. Good open field tackle there. 2nd and 9 coming up. And again, I think your defensive MVP for Parklane's got to be Jarvis Scott, the big, tall cornerback. He has really made life tough for Matthew Nowell.
Indeed, this defensive back group for Parklane is a really talented group. They're all seniors, and they've been a good job covering these Leake Rebel receivers.
Wilcox heaving it deep. Nowell's back there. He's got it at the 10-yard line, and he's tackled near the 5. From the 35-yard line, the Rebels complete it down to the 6. That's a 59-yard gain. 1st and goal, Rebels.
George Wilcox just sitting around in the pocket trying to find somebody, and was able to find Nowell inside the 20-yard line. Just a moonshot from George Wilcox finds Matthew Nowell inside the 10-yard line. Rebels threatening to score.
And a flag comes out right before the snap. A false start against the Rebels. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, but what a tremendous catch on that previous play by baller alert Matthew Nowell. Ball gets marked back though to the 11, 1st and goal. Rebels in the David Barham Insurance red zone. Keeper up the middle, Wilcox. Did he fumble it? He did fumble it, but it looks like he hopped right back on top of it at the 9. They'll mark it back at the 10, so pickup of just 1, but saw that ball sitting on the rug for a moment there.
George Wilcox, it may have been on the read. It was kind of like an option play. Wilcox was looking for Adcock and decided to keep it on the ground. It may have been after the exchange. He was trying to break up off the field, but somebody hit him from behind on that Parklane defense, forced the fumble. Wilcox able to recover his own fumble.
2nd and goal. Quarterback power right side, but Parklane's got it smothered. Jay Aldridge and Paul Forrest, the nose guard, got on QB1, stopped him for no gain. 3rd down and goal.
Rebel offense after the big chunk play, and it looks like George Wilcox is on the sideline for the Rebel offense, and looks like it may be a power package play as Grayson McDonald comes in for the Rebel offense.
And Nathan Weaver will step in for Wilcox on 3rd and goal, and that's going to bring a small town rental timeout by the Rebels with 3:43 to go. A 3rd and goal play. We'll keep it here ahead of the 3rd and 10 play. But this drive is really pivotal for the Rebels. First half, trailing this game 28-6 with 3:43 to go, as they have got to respond and try to keep up, chase the Pioneers, and hope that the defense can find some answers and stop the Pioneers from scoring.
And the Rebels face a 22-point deficit before halftime, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think the field goal is in question here. The Rebels have to score touchdowns to try and get back into this ball game with 3:43 to go before halftime.
Checking that far sideline, looks like Wilcox Doesn't look like he's in any kind of pain, not limping or anything, but he walks. He's going to sit this play out. It looks like this is a call out of the offensive playbook. 3rd and 10. Nowell and Adcock in the backfield with 4 wide receivers. 4-man front. Weaver takes it, fakes the handoff, keeps it, and won't get much. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage or so. Well, even not that far, back to the 9 before he's pulled back. The Rebels face 4th and goal just inside the 10. QB1 will come back into the game as the Rebels face, as Sam said, a 4th down where they've got to go for it and need to get in the end zone.
George Wilcox will come back on the field, and Caden Stovall will go back to the sideline for the Rebel offense, bring back out QB1 here on this 4th and goal play.
4 receiver package, Wilcox to throw, pressure coming off the edge, throw toward the end zone, 50-50 ball, it's caught! Touchdown, 6 for the Rebels. Matthew Nowell in a one-on-one match with Jarvis Scott just went up and he willed his way to getting that touchdown catch in, and the Rebels get a badly needed score with 3:01 to play. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting.
Matthew Nowell on that left side had to go up for the 50-50 ball. It was a big 59-yard play that set up the Rebels to get inside the red zone and capped off Matthew Nowell to put the icing on the cake on this drive and get the Rebels right back into contention against Parklane, and the offense will stay out on the field as they'll look to go for 2 and try and make it a 14-point ball game instead of being a 16-point ball game.
.301 to play in the quarter. The Rebel offense huddles up. Coach Rushing wants, maybe doing a review, maybe. Coach Rushing of Parklane is talking to the referee, who's listening to something in his ear, but 5 plays, 66 yards. We do have review and we do have challenges in this game because of the massive TV coverage and different camera angles. You're able to judge that, and if a team challenges a play, then it's not overturned, then they lose a timeout. So it's not a lot at risk here for Coach Rushing to call this timeout.
He's got 2 timeouts already, and if he loses a timeout, if fails to challenge it, he'll still have 1 more with 3 minutes to go before halftime. Looks like
we're going to see the replay now. Going up high to get it. Looks like now
So now the play is currently under review.
Now it's under review. And also what's reviewable is pass interference, or either called or uncalled, which, if you ask me, that's not a good thing to do. But anyway, that's what they do. They didn't ask me. So we're in a review with 3:01 to play. The play was called a touchdown on the field. And going up high to get it, coming down.
I mean, he gets the foot down. I mean, he definitely had 2 feet in, or at least 1 foot in to make the grab.
The only real question is, did he complete possession of the ball through the catch? And it looks like the scoreboard hasn't changed yet, but they have just docked a Parklane a timeout. Now the scoreboard changes, so it is confirmed as a touchdown for the Rebels. And they've got the offense out there for a 2-point play. Shotgun set, Adcock at the right hip of Wilcox. They'll move heavy to the right side. Wouldn't be surprised to see the keeper here rolling out. But now throwing it back wide open is Grayson McDonald. He catches it. His first score of any kind in his career. And Grayson McDonald makes the catch, and the Rebels get the 2-point conversion, 28-14 with 3:01 to play before halftime. We'll stay right here with it. No, I'm sorry, we will take a break. Yeah, we'll take the break. 28-14, we'll be back with the Morris Pharmacy kickoff.
Navigate your way to Carthage Collision Center. Easy to find, right on Highway 16 in Carthage. Our professionals offer exceptional repair services, getting you back on the road in no time. Experience unparalleled customer service coupled with cutting-edge technology. Call us 601-267-4727. Make a turn towards peace of mind with Carthage Collision Center, where quality meets reliability.
The buck stops here. Literally, at Leake County Co-op. Now's the time to head on down to Highway 16 west in Carthage because the Leake County Co-op is locked, stocked, and ready for deer season. You'll find everything from deer feeders to attractants, food plot blends, and game cameras to deer stands. Leake County Co-op means it when they say the buck stops here. Y'all trust and believe. Highway 16 in Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff after Leake scores the touchdown and gets the two-point conversion to bring it to 28-14. The Rebels needed that in the worst way. Matthew Nowell's teed it up at the 40, kick it right to left. And hey, how about that two-point play?
Absolutely, it was a great play call designed to open up Grayson McDonald on that left side, shift the offense over to the right, but McDonald was wide open on that left side. Rebels able to convert, brings it to a 14-point ball game, 3 minutes before halftime.
Squib kick taken on a fair catch by Rushing at the 35-yard line. So 3:01 to play. The Rebels go 5 plays, 66 yards for the score.
Last drive for the Rebels, it was a 6-play drive, but the big 59-yard George Wilcox and Matthew Nowell catch set up the Rebels inside the red zone. They were able to capitalize again with the Matthew Nowell touchdown reception, scored the second touchdown of the night for the Rebels, and Grayson McDonald able to capitalize on a 2-point conversion, makes it a 14-point ball game. Rebels trail with 3 minutes to go in the first half. That's your performance therapy reset.
That drive took 3 minutes and 2 seconds. That's the longest scoring drive by either ball club in this first half. Parklane has just chewed up yardage against this Rebel defense. They take over with 3:01 to play at the 36. Short gain by Toller on first down. Winstead got him low. McDonald and Kemp finished him off high, gain of 1.
And Kobe Kemp was right there on Jax Toller. Toller was trying to go through the middle. Kemp was right there, hit him right when he crossed through that Pioneer offensive line, and was able to bring him down for only a gain of 1 for this Parklane offense.
Rebels now running a 3-man front. And they come offside. They'll give up 5 and make it 2nd and 4. Second quarter presented by Welch Forest Products. Parklane 28, Leake 14.
And it'll only be 2nd down and 4 now after the 5-yard jump offside by the Rebel defense.
2 receivers to each side. More of the field in shade, about half in shade, half in the sun. Keeper Dumas tackled in the backfield. The flag comes in away from the play. Tyler Winstead busted that play for a loss back to the 38, a loss of 4 on the play, but we'll see about the penalty. Looks like it's going to be against the Pioneers. Coach Pickens is talking with an official on the side about the options in front of the Rebels. You want to make it 3rd down and 8, or do you want to make it 2nd down and about 16, 15? Holding's the call. The Rebels decline it and put Parklane in 3rd down and 8 from the 38. 2:14 on the second quarter clock.
With the way this game has been trending so far in the first half, I don't blame Coach Pickens at all for declining that penalty. It still brings up 3rd down and 8 for this Rebel defense.
Pioneers trying to get to the 46 to move the sticks. Standard set, 4 wide receivers. Dumas to throw. Rebels rush 5, but he's got time. Sidearms and underneath. Going to be close to the first down on the completion to Toller. Looks like they're going to mark him between the 45 and 46, but he needed to get all the way to the 46, so I think they're going to have 4th down in inches.
And they're going to keep the offense on the field.
The officials call a timeout, and they want to bring the sticks from the far side to the near side with 1:57 to play. I think they're going to find it to be short, but not by a whole lot. While they do that, we'll mention that Total Pain Care is the official wellness sponsor of Leake Academy Sports. Visit them at totalpaincare.org. Find out how they can help you live your best life. 4th down, about half a yard. Measurement done. Ball walked to the right hash.
And after the 4th down call, the Rebel defense will come right back on the field as the Parklane will elect to go for it. This 4th and about inches to the 1st down marker.
4th and short. Now the chains are messed up, so hold on. Looks like the chains came apart. Only one half of the chain situation made it to the far sideline, so they'll have to rehook it before we start the play clock again. Things starting to cool off. Still a pretty good breeze coming in from our left.
The chains have been fixed.
Dumas will get back in the shotgun on 4th and short. Rebels crowd the box. Run it straight ahead, and they'll stop the running back, Toller, behind the line of scrimmage, and the Rebels get it on downs. Welch, McDonald, and Nowell break through and stop Parklane, and the Rebels take over at the 45.
How about that Rebel defense coming right through when they needed to on 4th down, making the stop, bringing the Rebel offense right back on the field with 1:45 to go before halftime. Rebels have a chance to capitalize on a huge 4th down stop. Great job by the Rebel defense.
Best field position of the afternoon for Leake. 1:45, as Sam said. They bring out 4 wide receivers. Moving right to left, Wilcox from the shotgun. Wants to put it in the air. Has protection. Throws, and it's intercepted. Jumping the out pattern on the far side and picking it off was Eli Davis. And the Rebels defense will have to return to the field right there at the 1st down line along the 37-yard line.
And after the interception by Wilcox, it's going to bring the Rebel defense right back out there to making a big 4th down stop. So hopefully they can use the momentum they got on their big stop on 4th down, stop and Toller, and can get another stop here in a crucial 1:38 to go before halftime and try and stall this Parklane lead over the Rebels.
I haven't seen any defender do that all year on that play. Credit Parklane. They read it, jumped around, and got the interception. One timeout for the Pioneers. They throw screen underneath Toller. Green grass in front of him, cuts to the inside, midfield. Open space, 40. Heading to the outside, blocker in front, 30, 20, and down at the 15-yard line. Joshua Gray finally ran him down. We'll call it the 14. And a big gain on a short throw for 46 yards. And the Pioneers get into the David Barham Insurance red zone.
And how quickly the momentum can flip in the span of 3 plays. The Rebels had it, throw an interception, and then the Toller screen pass sets up Parklane in red zone territory.
Toller up the middle. Cannot find anywhere to go. Stopped for no gain. Runs into a wall of Rebels led by Pete Peebles, Hagan Bobo. Second and 10. They say he lost half a yard. Call it 2nd and 11 from the 15. Toss right side, Toller, and right there to meet him and take him down for a loss is Tyler Winstead. Rebels needed that play. 32 seconds, clock ticking. The Pioneers can stop it just one more time, and they'll use their final small town rental timeout with 29 seconds to play. Second 11 coming up. We'll hold you right here since we're close to halftime. Pioneers outscored the Rebels 14-6 in the first quarter. Have outscored Leake 14-8 in the second quarter. And when we come back, they'll face third down and 17 from the 21-yard line.
And that was a great stop by Tyler Winstead on the last play, preventing the big run by Toller. Winstead was untouched, went right through and got the tackle for loss on Toller. So it's a great tackle by Tyler Winstead. Brings up third down and about 17, like you said. So it'll be another key stop for the Rebel defense. They're able to prevent a score by Parklane going into halftime.
And another big moment for the Leake defense. Want to keep this at 2 scores. 2 wide receivers to the left. That's the wide side. 2 to the right. Toller lined up to the right of Dumas, the quarterback. Ball the right hash. Mostly shade, but some sun out toward the end zone left. Send running back out in motion to throw over the middle. Going to be overthrown. Pressure was coming right up into the face of Dumas, and you got to tip your cap to Kobe Kemp for the pressure on that play. Pass incomplete.
Kobe Kemp came right through the middle of Parklane's offensive line and brought great pressure to J.D. Dumas and brings up third down or fourth down now for the Pioneers, and appears they may keep the offense on the field, but may want to get the Rebels trying to jump off sides and get a more manageable fourth down situation.
24 seconds left. Fourth down and 16. They can get a first down if they get it inside the 4. Here's the fourth down play. Back to throw. Over the middle, caught for a touchdown in the end zone. Perfect throw and catch. Trey Jackson, the senior receiver, in man coverage, just reached up and got it 3 yards deep in the end zone. Parklane strikes right before the half.
And just a great throw by J.D. Dumas on the left side. Was looking for Jackson in that left slot position and sailed the ball right in for a touchdown. And it's a 20-point lead for Parklane with 17 seconds to go before halftime.
Carter to kick the extra point. It is up, away, and good. Parklane moves out to a 35-14 lead with 17 seconds to go in the half. We'll hold you here through the Morris Pharmacy kickoff, and you just have to be impressed with the way that Parklane is able to convert plays, third downs. They're a fourth down. When they need a play, they've been able to convert it, find it in this first half.
Parklane's shown that they're a great, resilient ball club, as whether it be on third down and long, they've responded every time. And they're just if Rebels want to strike and have gotten the momentum, Parklane is right there with them, getting the momentum back. And it's been a real great, impressive effort I've seen from this Parklane team and so far in the first half.
Dumas with 2 touchdown passes in the first half. And when we get to the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime, we'll take a closer look at the stats. We've got complete live stats, which we don't usually have, so we'll be able to take a closer look at team and individual stats at the half. That's an advantage of being at the state championships here at Jackson Academy. 5A game going on here. 4A game follows this one at 7 o'clock between Tri-County and Bowling Green. And the 6A game tomorrow night, Hartfield and Jackson Prep get it on over at Mississippi College. Carter squibs it up the middle of the field. Squirts past Gage Bennett, still being bobbled. Picked up by Adcock inside the 20. Breaks the tackle, just fighting his way to the 21. The Rebels will take over there with just 10 seconds left before we get to halftime. So for the second time today, Sam, the Pioneers are able to convert an interception into points.
Something that we haven't seen in this playoffs a lot is George Wilcox throwing interceptions and turning the ball over. And we've seen that twice so far in the first half, and Parklane's been able to capitalize on the turnovers forced by this Rebel offense.
Parklane's got 5 men deep. Give is to Adcock, and he'll be able to run for a first down and more. 35, 40, and then forced out of bounds. Still 2 seconds left on the clock. That's the longest run from scrimmage. 21 yards and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. The Rebels will get one more play in.
And Parklane's going to put 4 guys deep in deep coverage, preventing the Hail Mary passes. Wilcox just going to air this one out.
Throwing it deep up the left side. It's going to be intercepted at the 18. Coming the other way with it, Chandler. Tackled at the 30, and that will end the half. And boy, Parklane Pioneers are hooping and hollering as they head off the field to our right into the locker room with a 35-14 lead over Leake in the MAIS 5A state championship game. Rebels will try to regroup and mount a comeback. It's going to be tough. Rebels will get to work on it, and we'll take a break and come back with the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime. So stay with us here as Boswell Media Sports brings you special coverage of Leake Academy playing in the MAIS 5A state championship game. We'll be back.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West. Carthage.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplements. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Baptist League rural health clinics have a variety of healthcare options with primary care, pediatrics, and women's health, providing care at 3 locations in Carthage, Walnut Grove, and Madden. Call 601-267-1470 today to schedule your appointment. Extended hours and Saturdays are available at our primary care clinic located in Carthage. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
Make forever Christmas memories with your family at Redbird Farms Choose and Cut Tree Farm. They have 2 varieties of Leland cypress and the most fragrant blue ice trees plus Fraser fir. Come choose your favorite and jump on Santa's sleigh for a ride around the farm.
Hey, boys and girls.
Visit Redbird Farms at 460 Massey Road, just a cozy 8-mile drive off of Highway 25 in Leake County. Redbird Farms open 12 to 5 the week of Thanksgiving, Monday through Friday Thanksgiving week only, Saturdays from 10 to 5, and Sundays 12 to 5 on all other weekends. Redbird Farms. It's not just a tree, it's a tradition.
Ho, ho, ho.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
Boswell Media Sports.
Carthage Vet Clinic halftime getting underway from the Brickyard at Jackson Academy. The MAIS 5A state championship game. The Leake Academy cheerleaders have just taken the field, and they're going to show this crowd while they are the state champions back-to-back years. Game day classification, small division. Right now, the Parklane Pioneers in control, leading 35-14. As we come to here, we've got Billy Steen as our studio producer. We've got our producer director on site, Breck Riley, down on the sideline doing some photography and going to get some post-game video and audio for us as well. And you'll find that later on this evening on the Facebook page for Kicks 96. So be on the lookout for that. But Philip Palmentry and Sam Rigby with you here. And we had Brooklyn Wade right with us, but we just can't hook up her camera to our computer, and those are MAIS rules. That's why we're bringing you an audio-only broadcast on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. But many of you just catch us on Cruising 98.3. So you may be driving somewhere. Better not be looking at a screen if you're driving somewhere. So we're glad to have you with us on this Friday afternoon as it's getting cooler and cooler now. The field is pretty much completely in the shade. Just a few streaks of sunlight from down from the lower left corner. But let's go ahead and talk about the story of this first half. And looking at the stat sheet, Sam, it's Parklane scoring on 5 of 6 drives in the half, and they have been really, really impressive and had good balance as well.
Absolutely, and it's been a lot of Jax Tower tonight. We've seen a lot of him as he scored 3 touchdown runs in the first half and over 170 yards on the ground for Towers. He's been the story of the first half and what's helped Parklane to a 3-score lead here in this first half of the 5A state championship. And the Rebel offense it's been a tough going for the Rebel offense tonight, as it's been a couple of turnovers, and one right before halftime on the Hail Mary would have made George Wilcox's 3rd interception, but he had to kind of heave it up and throw it up and give an opportunity for the Rebel receivers to come down with it. But 2 interceptions before that last one, and that's what's really stalled the Rebel offense, as they've been playing catch-up majority of this first half, as Parklane's been able to convert on the turnovers. That Parklane hasn't had any turnovers in the first half, and they've been able to convert, and that's what's got them out to this early lead.
Yeah, and you can wipe that last interception off in terms of it being anything significant as far as the flow of the game. That was just a heave, but yeah, those other 2 really hurt. The Rebels were driving inside the 20, threw that interception, picked off at the 1, returned to the 13, and they took it 87 yards for a score. Then when the Rebels had gotten a momentum play, getting the ball back on downs at the Parklane 45, very next play, they throw a 10-yard out pattern to the far side, and Eli Chandler for Parklane able to step in front of Mathen Weaver and and pick it off, and then they turned around and turned that into a score in about 5 plays. So that was a big momentum swing in favor of Parklane, and they already had the wind in their sails at that point.
Absolutely, and first quarter, it was really a tight, close game. We mentioned it was 14-6 Parklane at the end of the first quarter. Rebels went 3 and out on the first drive. Parklane had a 6-play drive with a Toller touchdown run, and Garrett Adcock was able to respond on a 10-play drive for the Rebels, make it 14-6. But then those next 2 drives for the Rebels didn't convert any touchdowns, and the Parklane was able to capitalize on the back-to-back drives. The Rebels didn't have touchdowns and able to capitalize, and that's what's really boosted out to this 3-score lead we have at halftime.
Here's a look at the stats for the first half. Parklane runs 37 plays for a total of 375 yards. They're averaging 10 yards plus per play, and almost perfectly evenly divided between rush and pass. 184 on the ground and 191 through the air. They have rushed it for 7.5 yards per average, 7.5 per carry, and then and so that's been impressive. They've converted 2 of 5 on third down and 2 of 3 on fourth down on their way to scoring plays. Leake has rushed for 68 yards and thrown it for 134 in the first half. Rebels penalized twice for 10 yards. Parklane penalized once for 10, so penalties not really a factor. But the Rebels averaged 6.3 yards per play, and Parklane 10.1 per play. And time of possession has been pretty much even, but as Sam mentioned, some big plays right when they need a play, and not turning the ball over has been really big for Parklane and getting this 35-14 halftime lead. Parklane, led by Jax Toller, rushed 21 times for 162 yards and 3 scores in the first half. And their quarterback, J.D. Dumas, has been really efficient. 9 completions out of 12 attempts for 191 yards and 2 touchdowns. Davis Caruth for Parklane has caught 4 passes for 90 yards and a score. Jax Toller has taken in 2 for 56 yards. One of those a 49-yard completion in the second quarter. And then Trey Jackson has 1 catch for 21 yards and a score. Then looking at Leake's individual stats, George Wilcox has completed 9 of 18 passes for 134 and a touchdown, and he's thrown 3 interceptions in the first half. Wilcox is also the leading rusher for Leake, 10 rushes for 37 yards. Garrett Adcock has run it 3 times for 31 and a score. And Mathen Weaver 1 carry for no gain. Receiving, Matthew Nowell's caught 5 for 86, including the Rebels' touchdown in the second quarter. Major Chandler with 1 catch for 24. Mathen Weaver's caught 2 for 12 yards. And Jack Harkins has caught 1 for 12 yards. Defensively, Tyler Winstead with 7 tackles, 6 solo. Kobe Kemp with half a dozen. And Gage Bennett with 3 for Leake. Leake's had 6 tackles for loss for 23 yards. They've been able to get in the backfield, stop Toller a few times, but just not enough. They've still been able to average, what did I say? It was 7+ per rush in the first half.
Those tackle for losses were key. The Rebels would start to gain some momentum, as we see in some of those drives, but then Parklane was able to respond, whether it be a long 3rd down conversion or 4th down conversion, keeping their offense on the field, and that's what's really been the difference. Rebels have been making plays on the defensive end, but it's just been Parklane responding right after those hits by the Rebel defense.
We'll take another break in the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime and come back with the start of the third quarter. We're at halftime of the 5A state championship game. Rebels trail 35-14. We'll be back on Boswell Media Sports.
Whether you have a honey-do list or a big-time construction project, Small Town Rental is ready to deliver. From mini excavators, skid steers, trenchers, tillers, augers, and so much more. You'll find Small Town Rentals on Highway 16 in Carthage, across from the hospital. And they even deliver so you can get results instead of excuses. Follow Small Town Rental on Facebook and find out how Blair Purvis, the guy with the pink gooseneck trailer, can help you reserve your equipment today. Tune in next time when you'll hear Little Bit say,
I'm meant for my daddy so he can buy me more horses.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens.
And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
The buck stops here. Literally, at Leake County Co-op. Now's the time to head on down to Highway 16 West in Carthage because the Leake County Co-op is locked, stocked, and ready for deer season. You'll find everything from deer feeders to attractants, food plot blends, and game cameras to deer stands. Leake County Co-op means it when they say the buck stops here. Y'all trust and believe. Highway 16 in Carthage.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank hovers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store, out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
There's the Cow Patty.
Whoa, let me get this straight. You named your cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East. Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family-owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Boswell Media Sports.
We'll put a wrap on the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime. Teams are back out on the field. Parklane's already just come to the near sideline. Rebels still stretching. Before we start the third quarter, let me tell you, Leake Academy basketball debuts on Boswell Media Sports just on the other side of the weekend. Monday at noon, girls game at noon, boys at 1:15 on Monday and Tuesday of next week from the East Rankin Thanksgiving Tournament. The Rebels girls and boys will take on Brookhaven Academy on Monday and Copiah Academy on Tuesday. And we'll bring you video live stream coverage of it with your favorite Leake Academy basketball announcer. Somehow got wrangled back into it. And we'll start the basketball thing going on Monday. That'll be on Cruising 98.3 FM and on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. Teams are heading out. Parklane will receive the kickoff to start the third quarter. The Rebels trail 35-14. And you got to think, Sam, you got to start this third quarter with a stop. You can't keep chasing these guys throughout the third quarter.
Absolutely, and I know the Rebels going to come out at halftime as they got a good speech, I'm sure, out of halftime by Coach Pickens, giving them fired up for this second half of play, and be interesting to see how the Rebels respond after a tough first half. And it's a resilient ball club, and it's just be interesting to see how they respond after the tough first half they just went through. Lights are on, field completely in the shade now, and it's really getting cool. Short little squibber kick taken, diving forward to get it the 42, 43-yard line. Parklane able to get it. They'll start the third quarter with good field position. Third quarter presented by Westside Body Shop.
looks like the 42. Parklane in blue. Blue jerseys, blue football pants, white helmets with the number on the left side and the Pioneer head logo on the right. The Rebels in navy helmets with a red stripe, LA on the side, and white jerseys, white football pants, navy numbers. Full wide out formation. Give to Toller on first down. Sweeps to the outside. Hits the 45. And then Joshua Gray stops him in his tracks. He gains 4 on first down. 2nd and 6. Joshua Gray with his 4th tackle of the afternoon.
Parklane just keeping on the ground with Toller. He bounced to that left side, and Gray was right there to make the play. Just a little inside zone play to the left side, and Toller was able to pick up 4 yards for Parklane.
Toller again on the keeper. Into Rebel territory, has the first down. Still staying in bounds and able to drag a couple of Rebel defenders to the 44 in Leake territory. That picks up a first down. For a gain of 8.
Looks like it was the handoff by Dumas and Jax Toller that kind of made the Rebel defense have to pick who they wanted to get, and left Toller open on the left side and picked up a first down for Parklane.
Up the middle, Toller. He's into the second level, 30, 20, 10, and he's in the end zone on a 44-yard touchdown run to open the third quarter.
Jax Toller just carrying on his success he had in that first half, broke right up the middle of that Rebel defense and went right through it for a big touchdown run. Makes it a 41-14 lead for Parklane.
Took them just 25 seconds to score. Once again, they can go up 42-14 if Carter stays perfect on point after attempts. He'll kick out of the hold of Braxton Hughes, and he kicks it away and through the uprights. 11:35, third quarter. Pioneers 42, Leake 14. We'll be back.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank covers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Boswell Media Sports.
Parklane's Jax Toller has gone over the 200-yard rushing mark in the opening seconds of the third quarter. He's carried it 24 times for 220 yards. And given his team now 42-14 lead after the extra point. Toller has been in the painted end zone 4 times this afternoon. Carter 3 steps, kicks it high, taken by Jack Harkins at the 25. He comes between the numbers and the hash right side. Gets grabbed and drops the ball. The Rebels fall on it as it goes back about 3 yards. Looked like Garrett Adcock alertly jumped on the ball. The Rebels will start at the 33.
Last drive for Parklane, only 3 plays that they kept it on the ground with Toller the whole way, and he burst up the field for a big run by Jax Toller while he gets 220 yards. Parklane leads 42-14 over Leake in the third quarter. That's your performance therapy reset.
Third quarter presented by Westside Body Shop. Nowell and Chandler split to the left. Harkins wide right, Weaver in the slot to the right. 4-man front for the Pioneers. Linebacker creeping in. the right side of the Rebel formation. Quick throw, about 5 yards down the field, complete to Jack Harkins. He's hit, driven back immediately. They'll only give him 4 to the 37. Second down and 6 ahead for the red and blue of Leake.
Just a quick little hitch throw from Wilcox to Harkins on that right side. Just picking up positive yards, a quick pass, sets up a manageable second down for this Rebel offense.
Rebels at the line with 15 on the play clock. Give up the middle. Adcock across the 45, dragging the blue-shirted defenders ahead to the 47, and Leake will have third down and about 1.5 yards. Well, yeah, they didn't give him a great spot. We'll call it 2 yards, 3rd and 2. He should have had about another half yard, but as it is, 3rd and short. Pioneers crowd the line. Keeper left side. Wilcox had to bounce off a defender, but got second effort up near the midfield stripe to the 49, and that moves the chain. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and 10 for LA.
Wilcox on that power run, keeping on the left side. He looked like he was going to be tackled close to the line of scrimmage, but just keeping those legs moving, and that extra effort, like you said, managed to propel him for the first down and keeps the Rebels' offensive drive alive in this third quarter.
1st and 10, right hash, going right to left. In the shade, good gain for Adcock to the outside, 35-30, and finally slung out of bounds. See where they mark it. They mark it at the 30. That's a gain of 21 yards and the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. In fact, they'll walk it. No, they're walking it ahead to the 27. That's a gain of 24. Chandler set as an H-back to the right. Rebels are keeping on the ground. Following Chandler over the right side is Adcock for a pickup of 3 to the 24. 34, Jay Aldridge making first contact for Parklane.
Rebel offense keeping it on the ground. George Wilcox converting the first down and keeping it to Garrett Adcock. Big run, moving this Rebel offense down the field with a setup in good field position about the 25.
Second down play fake, pump, throw toward the end zone, left side, one-on-one play for Nowell, and he was covered up, and there's pass interference called on the cornerback, Jarvis Scott. So he had his hands all over Matthew Nowell in the left end zone. So that will move it 15 yards, well, half the distance from the 24. It should put the ball at the 12. And the Rebels will have a first down in the David Barham Insurance red zone. 9:17 to go in the third. Leake with a steep hill to climb, trailing 42-14 in the state championship game, third quarter. For some reason, the ball's at the 14, so we'll have to accept that. 1st and 10, looking, chase from the pocket, right side, taken off, 10, 5, leaping for the pylon. Is he in? Waiting for an indication, and there it is, 6 for the Rebels. A 14-yard scramble and score for QB1, George Wilcox. And the Rebels have made it 42-20 with an extra point coming, and I guarantee you we're going to stand here a minute, and that's going to be reviewed.
Because George Wilcox did a great job on that outside, bouncing it to the outside when everybody was covered downfield and leaped right at the pylon and just outstretched that ball. And I wonder if they'll review it, if he broke the plane or not, but PAT is about to be underway, so it looks like the touchdown will stand.
So I was wrong. Here's the kick. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting, and Matthew Nowell's extra point is good. 9:05 to play. Rebels 21 and Parklane 42 with the kickoff ahead here on Boswell Media Sports.
Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Attention, deer slayers. We are talking to you. Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, scents, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there. Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
We've got the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff ahead. Congratulations to DeSoto School, 2A champions yesterday. Kirk Academy winning 3A yesterday. Briarfield Academy from Louisiana winning the 1A championship. We're playing the 5A here, and at 7 o'clock tonight here at Jackson Academy, it's Tri-County and Bowling Green meeting for the 4A championship. And Mississippi College hosts tomorrow night's 6A championship between Hartfield and Jackson Prep. Jackson Prep trying to go undefeated. Here's an onside kick, and it's taken by the up man right in the middle of the field at the Rebel 49. Parklane recovers it. Alert play by wide receiver Nick Young.
Last drive for the Rebel offense, it was 6 plays going down the field, a couple of big runs by Garrett Adcock, but it was the legs of QB1 George Wilcox able to get the Rebels in the end zone on the touchdown run, makes it a 42-21 score. Rebels trailing, 9:04 to go in the third quarter. That's your performance therapy reset.
First and 10 from the 49 in Leake territory. Shotgun set. Dumas throws over the middle. Carruth's got it to 35 in stride, and he's heading straight up the middle of the field for a Parklane touchdown with 8:56 to go. Parklane can do pretty much anything they want offensively right now.
And the Rebels bid on it was like a little delayed play action pass that Dumas faked the handoff to Toller and was able to throw it right over the middle to Davis Carruth for the touchdown score for Parklane. They now lead 48-21 over the Rebels.
49 yards, Dumas to Carruth. Second time they've connected for a touchdown. Extra point, Carter coming up here. And that one's good. New score, Parklane 49, Leake 21. We'll be back with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff as Leake Academy playoff football continues.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-through and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Parklane coming out to kick off. 8:56 to go in the third. I'll mention before they kick off, Sam, you may not know this. That name Carruth is pretty famous down in Pike County. It seems like there's never a Parklane sports team without a Carruth on it, and that Carruth is always fast. I chased some Carruths back in the day, 45 years ago. I don't remember catching one. Here's Weaver taking the kickoff at the 20. So 30, 35, dancing around. Gets spun around and put to the carpet short of the 40-yard line. Rebels will take over along the, looks like the 38 with 8:48 to go in the third.
Last drive for Parklane, only one play needed to get the 49-yard Davis Carruth touchdown reception. Moves Parklane's lead to 28 over Leake with 8:48 to go in the third quarter. That's your performance therapy reset.
I can remember Caruth really outrunning me in a track meet, but that's another story. Junior high track meet. All right, play action, first down, throw complete to Weaver along the 45. He's put down there on one knee. Rebels pick up 7, 6. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like they give him 7 on first down on the completion. Tackled immediately by Jarvis Scott. So Parklane was playing zone, but they have been able to play man against the Rebels a lot in this game, and have only a couple of times had to pay the price for it. 2nd and 3. Wilcox looks left, turns, throws right, complete to Jack Harkins at midfield. He turns, stiff arms the cornerback, who grabs him to the shoulders, pulls him down at the 44. Gain of 11 on the play, and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
A couple of plays on this drive for the Rebels. Just a couple of short, quick pass plays that have really moved the ball down the field for the Rebels. Now they're in Parklane territory with these quick, short passes, to whether it be to Weaver or Harkins. It's worked quite well.
Play fake, little pump, stepping up, but the pursuit comes into the backfield, and QB1 is sacked for a loss by Camp Lott, senior defensive lineman at the 47, a loss of 3.
Camp Lott on the year, that makes his 8th sack he's had, as this Parklane defense has really been good at producing a lot of pressure tonight. They've done it all this year, getting a lot of sacks, 30-plus sacks on the season for the Parklane defense. They're showing it tonight on this Rebel offense.
Clock rides under 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go third quarter. Leake trailing by 28. Hard count, and the Pioneers nearly came across, but didn't. Play clock runs out, but Leake, I think, has used a small town rental timeout. Clock still running. Now it stops with 6:52 to play, and we'll take that timeout with them here in the third quarter as Leake Academy playoff football continues.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pet. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Walk into the shimmering world of Cross Gates Jewelers and Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologist will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Cross Gate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
Boswell Media Sports.
2nd and 13, blitz coming up the middle, picked up, throw complete to Major Chandler at the Parklane 36-yard line. That's a gain of 11 on that pass play on the left hash, and the Rebels will have 3rd and 2.
Great pitch and go catch from George Wilcox to Major Chandler, as Major didn't see him coming, but looked like it was a Parklane defender right at him, so a diving grab for Major Chandler.
Well, they'll say that's a first down. I don't think it was, but the sticks have moved, so it will be a first down. From the 36, left hash, 3 wide receivers. Chandler, the H-back to the right. Handoff Adcock, and he is going to be taken down for a loss in the backfield as Paul Forrest was standing right in his pathway. Loss of 4 to the 40, or no, they're going to, well, they'll put him all the way back to the loss of 7, back to the 43, 2nd and 17.
Paul Forrest for Parklane was able to get right through the middle of the Rebel offensive line, and a lot of other Parklane defenders were right behind Forrest and didn't give Garrett Adcock much room to get through for a big loss on first down.
5.5 minutes left in the third. 2nd and 17. Hand off, toss back, going to be the flea flicker play. Looking deep. It's going to be overthrown. And the Parklane had good coverage over the middle on Matthew Nowell. We saw that play work well, but there is a penalty back where the ball was thrown. It's going to be personal foul, roughing the passer on Parklane.
That's a big penalty for the Rebels to, instead of having a third down and long, they look like it should be an automatic first down, or not automatic after the.
It'd be third and short, yeah.
Sure, third and short, yeah.
They'll have third down and about 2. Well, okay. I have never seen an automatic first down in high school ball until just now. It should be 3rd and 2, but the officials say 1st and 10, so go figure. Maybe because it was a personal foul, I don't know. 1st and 10, Rebels at the 28. Some creative officiating going on out there. Quick pass in the right flat for a gain of about 6, maybe 7 to Mathen Weaver as he carries it down to the 21. It's a gain of 7.
Rebels keeping it with the short passing game. That's been moving really well for them here in this third quarter of play. Is the deep ball to Major Chandler, but it's been a lot of those short passes to Weaver and Harkins and Nowell that have been really helping the Rebel offense.
Rebels down 49-21, 2nd and 3. Throw into the sideline, incomplete. Jack Harkins couldn't catch up to that. It was too far into the sideline. The Rebels will make a sub on the offensive line, take out John Wyatt King and bring Tanner Walsworth back into the game. 3rd down and 3 from the Pioneer 21. 4:38 to go in the Westside Body Shop third quarter. 2-by-2 receivers. They'll rush 5. Quick throw off the hands of Major Chandler along the 15-yard line. Eli Davis, the linebacker, is keeping up with him. The Rebels have 4th and 3, and they'll bring in the power package.
And Davis with some good coverage on Major Chandler. That's been a big story of the night, is this Parklane defensive backs that have really been good at man coverage against the Rebel receivers in this whole ball game.
4th down and 3 for LA. They'll set the formation heavy to the right. 8 in the box for Parklane. They want to try a jump pass. They've got McDonald out there, but he cannot. Oh, he got it. How did he catch that ball? He juggled it at the 1, fell into the end zone, and kept possession of it. And that's 6 for the Rebels on a jump pass. They fake the play to Wilcox on the power play, and then he sort of jumps up a little bit, throws it over the defense, and what a play by Grayson McDonald for the touchdown presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting. What can you say?
Rebels pulling out all the stops, trying to come back in this ball game. All trick plays are on board, as we've seen it. A couple of flea flickers, but that time a great design, as everybody thought it was going to be George Wilcox right up the middle, but instead another jump pass from Wilcox, and he found Grayson McDonald. McDonald had a 2-point conversion earlier. That time gets a touchdown catch for Grayson McDonald. Rebels trailing by, cut into this lead a little bit against
High
Parklane.
snap on the extra point, but the kick is away, and it's good. 4:25 to go. Parklane 49, Rebels 28. We'll be back with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
The Rebels have scored, make it 49-28. 4:25 to play in the third quarter. Grayson McDonald, the linebacker, on the pass from QB1. Matthew Nowell has it teed up at the 40. Last time the Rebels tried an onside kick, they'll do the same here. And it's caught right at the 49 in Leake territory. Number 20, Caden Jackson, getting on it. And Parklane will take over, leading by 21.
Last drive for the Rebels. Rebels managed to go 9 plays down the field. A couple of big catches by Major Chandler and Jack Arkins and Matthew Nowell. And Weaver just with George Wilcox spreading the ball all around, but it was the 4th down touchdown grab by senior Grayson McDonald, and gets his first touchdown grab on the year. Leake trails Parklane 49-28 in third quarter. That's your performance therapy reset.
4-man front for the Rebels against Parklane offense. Handoff Toller, nothing to the right, tries to cut back to the left. Pete Peebles hits him, ball's loose, still on the carpet. Rebels jumping on it, but I think Parklane somehow got it. Wow, how about that? Number 1, Trey Jackson got on it. About 3 different Rebels had a chance at it.
Ball was just loose for a while, and nobody could seem to come down with it, as it would have been a major turnover in this ball game. But instead, Parklane will have a big loss on 2nd down. It'll be a big hole for them to come out on this long 2nd down play.
Loss of 8 on the play, 2nd and 18 from the 44. 3 wide receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Dumas setting up to throw with time. Throw up to the 45-40. First down picked up. Braden Welch upended Telvin Jefferson, but not before he, Kyle Rushing before he picked up the first down.
And that's been a story in this Parklane passing game, is when they get long 2nd downs and 3rd downs, they just run a short drag route right over the middle of the field, and most of the receivers have been open as Rebels are trying to play further back, and Parklane throws it short, and they're able to pick up big yards, as we saw them pick up the first down.
Dumas can hit his receivers in stride. Handoff, Toller bounces off. 1 tackle attempt in the backfield will get positive yardage. 2 up to the 36, where he gets crunched between a couple of Rebel defenders, Grayson McDonald and Gage Bennett. They'll say just 1 on the play. They'll mark it back at the 37. Stingy spot there, 2nd and 9. Clock under 2:45 to play, 3rd quarter.
Imagine that the Parklane offense will be wanting to run some of those clocks they've been out for this ball game and get down to the last ticking minutes in this state championship game, but still late in the 3rd quarter, a lot of time left to play.
Play clock under 7. Dumas waits, has not called a signal yet with 3. He calls for it, takes the snap, hands it to Toller, gets turned backwards and falls back on his back. The Rebel line drives him down along the 34, gain of 3. Be 3rd and 6.
Toller gets inside the 34. 3rd down, about 6.
Another big run by Toller, but brings up 3rd down, about 7 for Parklane, and Rebel defense still has an opportunity to make a big stop and get the Rebel offense right back on the field. So a lot of time left in this ball game late in the 3rd quarter.
Be a perfect time for a 3rd down stop. H-back set to the left. Dumas hands it to Toller. He'll break through, get the first down. 20, 15, angling outside, and he'll score a touchdown. That one from 34 yards out. And Parklane just keeps on scoring.
Rebel defense has had a real hard time trying to get down. Jax Toller he was a story coming into the game with 1,700 yards in the season, and after today, he's going to be over 2,000 rushing yards on the year for senior Jax Toller for Parklane, and he's been a big part in this big lead that Parklane has over the Rebels.
Carter's extra point is through the uprights and good. 1:26 to go, 3rd quarter. Pioneers 56, Rebels 28. We'll be back as Leake Academy playoff football continues.
Attention, deer slayers. We are talking to you. Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, scents, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there. Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper. Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station. Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank hovers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Boswell Media Sports.
Carter with a Morris Pharmacy kickoff, sends it to Mathen Weaver. He picks it up at the 20 on the right hash, comes up the seam, now moves to the outside 40 and to the 45. And he's put down at the 46-yard line. Leake starts there with 1:18 to go in the third, and Parklane doubling up Leake, 56-28.
Parklane only needed 4 plays to extend their lead they have against Leake, and it was Jax Tower, the big running back for Parklane, who's had a real big game today. He's had 5 touchdown runs for Jax Tower, and he's been a big part in this Parklane offensive success as it's 56-28. Parklane leads late in third quarter. That's your performance therapy reset.
Handoff on first down. Adcock, first down, still on his feet, 40, gets hit and knocked off his sticks in Parklane territory. They'll mark him down at the 36. That's a gain of 19 and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. They get to the line quickly, 3 wide outs. H-back set to the left. QB1 looking to throw. Throws into a crowd, but right at Major Chandler. He goes low to get it, and they'll say he gets the catch at the 26-yard line. The Parklane coaches say he trapped it. We'll see if Coach Rushing wants to challenge the call. Now an official's coming in and waving it off and saying that it was not called. Chains had moved already, but they're going to have to move back. Pass incomplete. Mark it back at the 36. 2nd and 10 for LA with 39 seconds to play in the quarter. And those who live by live stats, Sam, die by live stats. And live stats has died on us at about the 5.5-minute mark. So all these sharp stats I used to have, looks like they may be done for the night. I found when live stats dies, it doesn't tend to come back to life.
Well, it appears that on the field that a challenge has been made on the catch, so this play will be under further review and see if the call on the change. Maybe Coach Pickens the call for a challenge and cause them to take a second look at this Major Chandler grab attempt.
Total Pain Care is the official wellness sponsor of Leake Academy Sports. And you can find out about their services in Philadelphia Meridian by visiting them at totalpaincare.org. And remember, Leake Academy basketball debuts on Boswell Media Sports Monday and Tuesday of next week, Thanksgiving week. We'll have some midday basketball, lunchtime basketball games Monday and Tuesday, girls at noon, boys at 1:15 from the East Rankin Thanksgiving tournament. Rebel girls and boys play Brookhaven Academy on Monday and Copiah Academy on Tuesday. And we'll bring it to you, the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel and on Cruiser 98.3. Leake Academy basketball, Monday and Tuesday next week. The play, the apparent incompletion on the pass to Major Chandler is still under review. Coach Pickens is appealing it was first ruled a completion, then an incompletion. Now the official has word. It's ruled incomplete after review.
And that challenge, unsuccessful challenge by Coach Pickens will cost the Rebels one of their 3 timeouts, so they'll only have 2 timeouts going forward with the rest of this ball game.
And that's assuming that he called for it. I'm not sure. I know I've not been given a set of rules, and Leake's not been docked a timeout, so it must have come from somewhere up above. I don't think you can get any higher in this press box than we are, or any more crowded than we are. 3 cameras and 5 people. And it's tight in here. 2nd and 10 from the 36. Quick throw complete along the left hash. Weaver, he turns upfield, gets 2 or 3 more before he's put on his side. Near the stick, but about a yard short. Gain of 9, second and it should be 3rd and 1. Clock goes under 20 seconds in the 3rd.
Looks to be bringing in the power package of Kobe Kemp and Grayson McDonald back in for the Rebel offense. And
they'll have to hurry up to run this play before the quarter ends, but they're in place. 6, 5, 4, 3. And Coach, let's see, somebody called a timeout. Let's see who it was. Official on the near side blew the whistle, but then motioned for a timeout, but didn't call for it. But didn't point either way. We've got to listen and see what's going on here with 2 seconds left on the clock. That really, well, let's see. Well, it is a timeout. Let's see what they do.
Now they're going to review another play. So
got another review. I'm not sure what we're looking for here, except maybe argument about where the ball was placed. Parklane may be unhappy that it was placed all the way up near the 27. That's the only thing I can figure that might be controversial in that sequence.
And the referee didn't say it was challenged. He just stated that it would be under review, so it could have been another challenge from the great beyond.
Our score, Parklane 26, Rebels 28. It was 35-14 Parklane at the half. And suddenly we've decided to go into multiple review mode in the latter minutes of the 3rd quarter. Started this game out under bright sunshine. Of course, the sun is setting now, and it feels like a night game now.
Absolutely, the weather cooling off a little bit, and the sun's officially gone from the skies as it was sunny when we kicked it off, and now we're just waiting to hear this confirmation from the review.
The officials now, looks like he's getting the message. Either that or he's one of the PGs, putting his left hand up to his ear. Nights on Broadway or something. Just your jive talking going on here. Okay, after all that, the ruling on the field stands. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the Rebels. I guess they'll start up the play clock, and Leake probably won't get to run the play before the end of the quarter. So we should be at 56-28, unless Leake can get a really fast snap, squeeze one more play in this quarter. We may have to change ends before the 3rd down play. Looks like Wilcox is aware of that and wants to get that snap. They do. He keeps it. He's got the 1st down. 3 Parklane defenders hop on him and ride him down at the 24-yard line. A pickup of 3 in the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st down. We'll stop, put 12 more minutes on the clock, and switch ends as Leake trails after 3 in the state championship game, 56-28.
Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Hey, Hey, this is Melissa Trussell with Chipley's Squareview Inn and Venue. Let us open the door to endless possibilities. Our vintage and quaint atmosphere, modern amenities, and multiple levels make us the perfect place for both your most cherished moments and exciting events. From the rooftop patio and historic hotel rooms to the exquisite chapel and downstairs venue, I know Chipley's is just the place for you. Chipley's Squareview Inn and Venue, the place to experience. Located on North Pearl Street, across from the courthouse in Carthage. Book your private tour today and let's plan your next event.
Boswell Media Sports.
We've got 12 minutes to go in this state championship game. Leake driving. 1st and 10 at the Parklane 24. Parklane 56, Rebels 28. Heavy package set to the right on 1st and 10. Nathan Weaver, the running back. Backfield at the right hip of George Wilcox. Now will split out to the right. Play fake, looking to throw it deep. One-on-one play in the end zone, and it's knocked away at the goal line. Trey Jackson played it well and didn't let Nowell get it. It'll be 2nd and 10.
George Wilcox throwing a deep ball to Nowell, trying to get a touchdown grab quickly, and just once again good coverage on the outside by senior cornerback Trey Jackson, who's done a good job tonight against Matthew Nowell, one of the better senior receivers on this Rebel football team.
2nd down, Garrett Adcock gets the call, tries to head straight up the middle, but gets knocked down for a 2-yard loss at the 26. Linebacker 22, Jace Jones, cut his feet out from under him.
And Adcock didn't have a whole lot of room to get upfield. Once he got the ball in the backfield, the Parklane defensive line was right there meeting Garrett Adcock right as soon as he got the handoff, and brings a loss of 2.
3rd and 12, 3 wide out set. Here's Wilcox backing up to throw. Going deep toward the end zone. Nowell's got in the left corner of the end zone. That's 6 for the Rebels. And Leake still keeps pushing. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting, and that time they strike for 26 yards. QB1 to Nowell.
We saw at the start of the 4th quarter, George Wilcox threw a deep shot to Nowell on the right side, and it was just good coverage by Parklane. Instead, they go right back to it on the left side, and Nowell able to bring this one in for a touchdown, and still a 3-score game, but the Rebels still alive early in this 4th quarter.
The extra point is good off the toe of Nowell. And the score continues to pile up. Parklane 56 and the Rebels 35. And we'll take a break.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West. Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Philip Palmertree and Sam Rigby with you from Jackson. Corner of Sheffield Drive and Ridgewood Road. Moore's Pharmacy kickoff after the Leake touchdown with 11:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Parklane 56, Rebels 35. Rebels have tried onside kicks after their last 2 scores. If you're wondering, I believe that's 13 combined touchdowns in this game. This one takes a really nice high hop and then is batted out of bounds on the far side. An alert play from Parklane's Davis Caruth. to reach up and bat that ball into the sideline. It goes out at the Leake 48.
Now his onside kick, that was I would say probably the best one he's had of his previous 2 attempts. He got the good bounce he wanted, but good awareness by Parklane just batting that ball out of bounds. But the last drive for the Rebels, it was a 7-play drive. Garrett Adcock had a couple of runs on the drive, kept the drive alive, but a 26-yard Matthew Nowell touchdown reception brings us to a 56-35 game here early in the 4th quarter. That's your performance therapy reset.
8 TDs by Parklane, 5 by the Rebels. From the 48, 4 wide outs. Toller running to the left side, gets hit and gains 2 before he's knocked down by Grayson McDonald.
Grayson McDonald's been all over the field tonight on both ends. Got a 2-point conversion catch and a touchdown grab in the 3rd quarter. And that time making a good tackle on Jack Stoller, who's had a big night tonight for Parklane.
Second down and about 7.5. Toller unofficially 28 carries for 251 yards and 5 touchdowns. Give it to Toller again, straight up the middle, but Caden Monk says not on this play. Stops him at the 46. They lose a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
So coming after the onside kick, 2 big stops at the line for this Rebel defense, and the 3rd down's been what's been the Achilles heel for the Rebel defense tonight. Need to see a stop here if they want to stay alive in this 5A state championship.
But it has seemed like every time Parklane gets in a 3rd and long or on a 4th down play, they're able to get a big chunk play, a big explosive play. With very few exceptions. Leake has stopped them all down once, but there's a small town rental timeout by Coach Rushing, and we'll step aside as well with 9:42 to go, 4th quarter, presented by the Neshoba County Co-op. Leake trailing 56-35.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-thru and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
3rd and 8 for Parklane at the Leake 46. Shotgun set. Twin receivers each side. They empty the backfield. Dumas throws over the middle, caught by Caruth. He's got the 1st down, breaks the tackle, heads outside 30. Pulled down by his jersey and out of bounds at the 25. Gain of 21 on 3rd down, and the drive continues for Parklane, leading 56-35 with 9.5 minutes to go.
We just mentioned it before we went to break that Parklane's found a way to respond in a 3rd down and long, and that time they went back to one of their reliable targets, sophomore receiver Davis Caruth, who's made a couple of touchdown grabs in this ball game and went right back to him on 3rd down in the 4th quarter and was able to pick it up for the Pioneers.
Twin receivers each side, ball at the left hash, 1st and 10. Toller on the carry, 20-15, still breaks loose 10 and brought down inside the 5 by Jack Harkins with a touchdown saving tackle. 1st and goal coming up from the 2 for Parklane.
Parklane just keeping it on the ground with Jax Toller. He's been the story of this ball game and why they have a big lead, and imagine they'll go right back to him here inside this goal territory to get the senior running back another touchdown on the night if Rebels can manage to make a stop.
31 carries, 276 yards, 5 touchdowns for the senior Jax Toller. He's lined up to the right. They'll hand it to him. He'll sweep around the left side, and he'll go in untouched into the end zone for a Parklane touchdown with exactly 9 minutes to play. 62-35 with the extra point pending for the 1 seed Parklane. 6th touchdown for Toller.
He's having quite a career night for him in one of the last games as a senior on this Parklane team. He's had a big impact in this game, and that's why the lead's been pretty widespread since Jax Toller's been a big reason for that, getting a big lead for Parklane.
Carter's still perfect on the night with extra points. 9 minutes to go. Parklane 63, Rebels 35. We'll be back as Leake Academy football continues.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280. On the north side of the square in Carthage.
Hey, this is Melissa Trussell with Chipley's Squareview Inn and Venue. Let us open the door to endless possibilities. Our vintage and quaint atmosphere, modern amenities, and multiple levels make us the perfect place for both your most cherished moments and exciting events. From the rooftop patio and historic hotel rooms to the exquisite chapel and downstairs venue, I know Chipley's is just the place for you. Chipley's Squareview Inn and Venue, the place to experience. Located on North Pearl Street, across from the courthouse in Carthage. Book your private tour today and let's plan your next event.
Boswell Media Sports.
Parklane and Leake keep trading touchdowns in the second half. Deep kick taken to the 18 by Leake's Mathen Weaver. Outside the numbers, right side, 30-35. And he's dragged out of bounds by Eli Davis. Leake starts at the 36, with 8:54 left.
Last drive for Parklane after the recovered onside kick that went 5 plays, and it was all Jax Toller on the ground. He managed to take it into the end zone for another touchdown run on the night for Jax Toller. Score is 63-35. Parklane leading in the fourth quarter. That's your performance therapy reset.
5 plays, 48 yards. Toller up to 278 yards on the night. Give you some Leake individual stats here on this drive. 3 wide receivers. Tight end set on the left. Coach Rushing calls a timeout. With 8:54 to go, we'll keep it here and give you some of those individual stats for Leake at this point as the live stats is up. So while it's up to date, might as well update everybody. George Wilcox, 17 of 30 through the air for 230 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 INTs, all in the first half. Leading rusher in the game is Garrett Adcock with 67 yards on 8 rushes and a touchdown. George Wilcox has rushed 14 times for 58 and has a score. And Matthew Nowell's up over the 100-yard mark again in receiving yards. 6 catches for 112 and 2 scores. Major Chandler, 2 catches for 35. Mathen Weaver, 5 for 35. Jack Harkins, 3 for 27. And Grayson McDonald, a surprise entrance in the receiving category with a touchdown catch from 21 yards out. Those are the offensive individual stats, and that as well presented by Performance Therapy. 1st and 10 for them, 30s from the 36. QB1 back to throw. Gets hit, gets away from one, but then 2 more Parklane defenders come and sack him inside the 25. Rebels lose 12 on that play.
Rebel defensive line brought the pressure, but downfield he was looking for all his receivers were good coverage, man coverage shown by Parklane. They were covering up really good on Nowell, Weaver, and Harkins deep down the field. Didn't give much room for Wilcox to give an area to throw to.
2nd and 22. Leake will lose 5 yards on a false start penalty. 2nd and 27 after the 5-yard assessment. 28-point lead for Parklane with 8:13 to go in the Neshoba County Co-op fourth quarter.
Second down, 27. From the 19.
Wilcox will throw, pressure from his backside, throws a screen, left side, Adcock breaks a tackle 25 and gets bear hugged at the 27 and brought down right there by J.D. Dumas. No, excuse me, not Dumas, but Eli Chandler. So they get about 6, 7 on that play.
Just a little design screen pass on the left side. It took a little while for it to develop, but once Wilcox found Adcock, the Parklane defenders were right there on Adcock. He was still able to get some positive yards.
3rd and 19. Rollout. Wilcox. Hold. Flags everywhere, and Wilcox will just trot out of bounds on the near boundary. So even if you convert that into a touchdown, it's coming back. It looks like a hold.
Yeah, it looks like it was holding on the right side of the line. May have been senior Sean McDill on that right side of the offensive line called for the holding penalty.
That got the attention of 3 different officials. And I've noticed they're not all the same shade of yellow. You know, you don't notice that until 3 of them are out. One of them used a different detergent than the other, and it comes out brighter and cleaner. That's right. It had to be Purcell or Tide, I think, for that really bright one. Well, the penalty yardage assessed, 3rd and 30. Actually 29 if you want to be precise, and you might as well be in the final game of the season with 7:13 on a ticking fourth quarter clock. 3-man front, they'll rush just 3. Wilcox is in trouble in the backfield. He's hit, fumbled, and it's picked up and run in from 6 yards out for a touchdown by defensive lineman Camp Lott. And an extra point here would give Parklane 70.
Yep. And just George Wilcox just trying to make a play down the field, signaling his receivers to run down the field, and never saw a Parklane defensive lineman hit him, and he lost the football, and Camp Lott just picked it up and trot in the end zone for 6, and that's going to extend this lead even more for Parklane.
69-35 with an extra point coming, but it was an injured Parklane Pioneer who's being attended to. He is up on his feet now along the 6-yard line, looking at the replay on the big board, and QB1 had those 3 men come in. 2 of them hit him, and the 3rd man, they had all gotten free of their blocks. 3rd man, Lott, just had it pop right up to his waistline, and all he had to do was hold on to it and run 6 yards into the end zone to our left.
With just perfect timing where Lott was on the field, as he just been able to pick that ball up and take a couple steps, and he's right in the end zone. That extends this Parklane lead.
Hayden McCurley, the injured Parklane Pioneer, holding his left side as he comes off the field. Here's Carter for the extra point. And he is 10 for 10 on extra points, and it's now 70-35. We'll let you hear from our sponsors again as Leake Academy playoff football continues in the 5A state playoffs.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
Deep kick from Carter goes out of bounds, and Leake will take over at the 35. Parklane 70, Leake 35. And we're in a running clock situation now with a 35-point game under 7 minutes to play. So the only time the clock will stop will be for a timeout that's called, or an injury to a player.
Last drive for the Rebel offense. There's only 3 plays, but a fumble return for a touchdown and extends this lead even more. Parklane was able to pick up the George Wilcox fumble. And that's your performance there for reset with 6:19 to go in the fourth quarter.
They've got 12 on the field, but it did not get called, they being Parklane.
There it is.
There it goes. Finally, I counted 10, and then they ran 2 guys out. And the officials finally get it together, I think. It better be 12. Well, they called a face mask. Well, I got news for that officiating crew. They need to open their eyes. There's 12 blue-shirted players on the field. But it will move the ball up to the 45 and be a first down for the Rebels. 5:37, clock ticks. Wilcox hands it to John David Gill. He carries it a yard deep into Parklane territory for a gain of 6. Tackle made by Ethan Jackson. 2nd and 4 for Leake. They had 12 on the field on that play too, partner. And the Rebels complete a pass about 4.5 near the first down for 45. I want to yell down there for somebody to count. Well, there's finally the flag from the guy whose job it is to count, who must have been looking at his phone or something the last couple of plays.
They're jogging a lot of people on and off.
There's still 12 out there right now, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now they got 11 out there now. There they go. They called it. So that'll be a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down for Leake. Ball walked down to the Pioneer 35 with 4.5 minutes to play. The celebration already going on below us in the stands and on the sidelines. Rebels get the snap. Wilcox looking to throw toward the end zone, going deep. Nowell back there, brings it in the end zone. 6 for the Rebels. 35-yard aerial from QB1 to baller alert. Matthew Nowell. The Rebels continue to fight in the late going. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting.
And that's got to be a special moment for Matthew Nowell in those ticking moments of the state championship, able to, looks like he took a moment, and once he caught that touchdown, to really soak it in, as that could have been one of his last touchdown receptions as a Rebel after an outstanding season as a senior this year, and another great throw by George Wilcox to him.
Snap, kick, up, away, good with 3:35 and the clock running. Leake trails Parklane 70-42 as we head to a timeout.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pet. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Boswell Media Sports.
Parklane 70, Leake 42. Clock continues to run. It'll be under 2 minutes when Matthew Nowell tries what we assume will be an onside kick. And Parklane will be able to run out the clock, and they'll be able to celebrate a 5A football championship. Leake will be the silver medalists. Here's a short squib kick taken on a fair catch at the 37. And this one will go final in about a minute and a half, partner.
That's what it appears to be as Parklane recovers the onside kick, and this home side bleachers of Parklane is starting to get a little bit louder as they creep closer to a 5A state championship.
The hugs are beginning on the sidelines, the cheerleaders. All the Pioneers need to do is snap it 2 times, and they should be able to hoist the trophy. Looks like Coach Rushing may be about to get the Gatorade bath as well.
Coach Rushing ushering some fresh players, get some good look in and some good game time in this state championship game on both sides. Looks like we've got a couple of guys in for Leake, like Mason Middleton, a senior, getting in some reps at defensive back in one of the last games for this Rebel defense.
Gavin Gamillion, Keith Saki out there, so is Jack Johnston. For the Rebels, and that'll be the final kneel down with 30 seconds to go. And we'll put this one in the books. Parklane wins the MAIS 5A state championship with a high-scoring jamboree of a ball game, 70-42. Teams combined for 112 points. We'll take a break and bring you a brief post-game brought to you by Woodstock Furniture. The final here, Parklane 70, Leake 42. Back with the Woodstock Furniture post-game as Leake Academy football continues.
Walk into the shimmering world of Cross Gates Jewelers and Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologist will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Crossgate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store, out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
That there's the Cow Patty.
Whoa, let me get this straight. You named your cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Navigate your way to Carthage Collision Center. Easy to find, right on Highway 16 in Carthage. Our professionals offer exceptional repair services, getting you back on the road in no time. Experience unparalleled customer service coupled with cutting-edge technology. Call us 601-267-4727.
Make a turn towards peace of mind with Carthage Collision Center, where quality meets reliability.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Big discounts at Triple M Motors. That's right. Big dealer discounts plus GM consumer rebates means you save big.
Not in the market for a new ride? Check out our pre-owned.
Triple M Motors carries a good selection of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Stop by or check us out on the web at triplemmotors.com. That's triplemmotors.com.
Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Boswell Media Sports.
The Leake Academy Rebels finished the season 9 wins, 4 losses. They lose the state championship game this afternoon to Parklane, 70-42. Parklane, your 5A MAIS state champions. For the Pioneers, that's their first state championship title since 1994. And they're lining up and getting their medals. The Rebels receiving some silver medals right now. Coach Brian Pickens has talked to them as a group on the far side of the field before the medal and trophy ceremony. Let's bring in Sam Rigby, our Gilbert Barham color commentator, and that made possible by Rosebud General Store. Here's my lead in, Sam. Parklane was ranked number one to start the season. They were the favorites to get this far, and they showed they deserved that kind of preseason recognition. Rebels just could not stop Parklane's offense today.
And they showed that number one ranking for sure from the first drive of the night, that they showed that they were able to stop this high-powering Rebel offense and also to come back and do some high-powering offense of their own as they put up 70 points tonight. But a lot of credit to Leake in this ballgame. They were down early in this second half by at least 3 scores, and they just kept trying to get back in this ballgame, but Parklane just responded to every punch that the Rebels threw back at them. So you got to credit the Rebels for making it this far to get to the state championship, but also to not back down once they got a big deficit early in this ballgame.
And the Rebels just received the runner-up trophy, and they're headed toward the locker room and their fans, as there's still one more ball game to play here. 4A championship game between Tri-County and Bowling Green, and we're going to get out of here quickly because that's going to be starting before too long. But the Rebels trailed 35-14 at the half, and Parklane outscores them 35-28 in the second half. It gets us to 70-42. They, quick thing of stats, just total 577 yards total offense on 53 plays for Parklane. The Rebels run 60 plays for 394. Rebels rush for 116, get 278 through the air, 298 on the ground, and 279 passing for the Pioneers as they struck with big plays and pivotal plays, and even turned a late fumble on a sack in the fourth quarter into a touchdown, as Sam said. So congratulations to Parklane, and congratulations to the Rebels. They've had an outstanding season. It hurts. You didn't come this far to take second place, but these young men have had a great season, nothing to hang their heads about.
Absolutely. Not a lot of teams. Only 2 teams get to come this far in 5A, and Rebels are one of the 2. So a great season nonetheless. First time getting back to the state championship since 2020, and the Rebels had a great season and just unable to capitalize with a victory tonight, but can't hang their heads at all at a great season they've had so far.
We're going to wrap
this year.
We're going to wrap up the Woodstock Furniture post game by honoring the 2024 Leake Rebels seniors and call their names one more time as they played their last game for LA. Talking about Jack Harkins, Matthew Nowell, Gage Bennett, Tyler Winstead, Pete Peebles, Grayson McDonald, Mathen Weaver, Mason Middleton, Jake Rudolph, Owen Hitt, Alex McDill, Hagan Bobo, Sean McDill, Hayden Jenkins, and Mick Pucklich. If I had a hat, I'd tip it.
We'll tip the headset
to these guys. That's right, a tip of the headset to those guys. Great leadership from that senior class that brought this Rebel program back to the state championship game, and the 6th all-time appearance for Leake. No, excuse me, 5th all-time appearance for Leake. Just came up short against a really, really good football game, a really good football team today. Any final word from you, Sam?
Yeah, Philip, I want to thank you for bringing me along this ride this year for first year doing football with Leake Academy. And it's been quite a fun ride we've had, and I hate it comes to an end, but looking forward to more games.
Hey, I forgot, since we were in the midst of things, I don't want to waste my last in sports trivia question, so here it is.
We got to have it. Yeah.
Here it is. It's about Parklane. Parklane has a former student who has won a Grammy Award. Do you know who it is?
I really don't. I want to guess genre, but I'm not sure.
Okay, it would be pop music.
Pop music. I got nothing.
Okay. Famous alum, or well, not alum, but student. Did not graduate. Went there through, I believe, 10th grade. Britney Spears. And little sister Jamie Lynn was there too. She went through there through about 9th or 10th grade. You can look it up on the internet and see pictures. People are selling yearbooks that she signed as an 8th grader. But she was, as you would expect, she was I think it was in like Beauty Review and cheerleading. She was the point guard on the basketball team. I have to check next time I see Parklane play if they retired number 25 or not. That's the number she wore. But Jamie's, she grew up just over the Louisiana border and went to school there for I think maybe 3 or 4 years through about 9th or 10th grade. But anyway, that's your in sports trivia. It's fitting that we end it with Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again. I forgot the trivia question. All right. Hey, Sam, thank you. You've done a great job this year, it's mutual. It's been a great experience having you along for the ride. Appreciate your hard work and great skill here on Fridays throughout the football season. Thanks to Billy Steen, our studio producer, to Brooklyn Wade running the camera, and our producer, director, the award-winning Breck Riley, who's down on the field getting some post-game content that maybe a talk with Coach Pickens that will be featured later on Kicks 96 Facebook page, so look for that. But that'll do it for us. But, hey, we'll turn around in about 72 hours, and we'll be doing basketball. So you can't stare in the rearview mirror. Just got to keep going ahead. Basketball ahead. We'll start Monday just a few minutes before noon, and it'll be girls and boys basketball from Pelahatchie in the Thanksgiving tournament against Brookhaven on Monday. We'll do it again on Tuesday against Copiah. So hope you're there. You're on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel and Cruising 98 for us or with us for that next week. So for everybody with Boswell Media Sports, I'm Philip Palmertree saying thank you. And that'll end our 2024 football season. We'll catch you next week with the start of basketball as Parklane defeats Leake in the MAIS 5A state championship game 70-42. Congratulations to the Rebels on an outstanding season. And we'll say for now, good night. Grace.